Hi there, everyone! This is the ABCs of RPGs, where we teach you the basics of tabletop role playing games. My name's Spencer Reese, I'm the Game Master for the evening, and I'm joined by my players, Dalton!
Hi, everybody. I'm Dalton. I'm playing UFO, and I get to cast Fireball at least once today, and I'm very excited for it. And UFO's very excited about it.
Yay! And Dan!
What's up, everyone? I'm Dan. I'm playing Bjorn Mountainside. Bjorn, now that he is level 5, gets extra attack and is excited to hit more things with his big axe. So,
Hell yeah. Alright, and of course, Ashley.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm playing Nivara. She is a high elf, moon elf bard. Kind of obnoxious, as we know. Are we talking about what we get at level 5 right now?
Not yet, no, we're just introducing ourselves.
Cool, hi. I'm Nivara. She's an acrobat, basically. And she is twins with Novo.
Yay, and Novo.
Hi, my name is Christian, and I am playing Novo Adar. I am also a high elf, mid elf, bard, of course, since I'm twins.
Shocking.
With Nivara. I know it's crazy that I didn't come out a different race entirely. And yeah, I love music, songs, and musical notes. Yeah, and I'm looking to. I'm really excited to try and take on Cryovane here.
All right.
I have
And
one more thing to add.
Yes, go ahead.
Appearance from the kitty.
Oh, giddy. Nivara is now officially older than Novo by 30 years.
That's right. The ghost aged a couple of you.
Hey, now I can just make age jokes against you. So
There's still time
it's
to let
great.
another ghost out. We can age Novo
Now
up.
we can all be the same age again.
So, as my players have been alluding to, so this campaign we're covering the granddaddy of all tabletop role-playing games, Dungeons and Dragons, specifically the Essentials Kit, and the adventure within, which is called the Dragon of Icespire Peak. The party last week was on a quest called Loggers Camp, where they had to deliver supplies to this place, but were ambushed by Ankhegs from underneath the ground. But they got Tybur Wester's signature, and I actually inserted a puzzle from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, a D&D sourcebook, into behind the loggers cabin at Loggers Camp, and that's what the puzzle was. The puzzle is called All That Glitters, and that's what the party was just discussing. Essentially, Nivara tried to take one of the gems out of this area, because it's just like a statue surrounded by all these gems, and a ghost popped out and aged Nivara and I believe Bjorn 30,
Yes.
like so many years, right? So
like 40
It
years.
I was 30 years. I distinctly wrote down that I am now 230 years old.
yeah, but thankfully you guys don't have to worry about that too much because you're a dwarf and an elf. So
Yep. Could have been worse.
hopefully Doc has greater restoration from this level up that you guys are getting this week. But anyways, so I do have a correction to make. So I said last week that the person depicted in the stone was actually Saint Cuthbert, and because of that, it actually changed the puzzle. The puzzle was originally the goddess Ayun. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But because it's Saint Cuthbert, who I believe identifies as a male, there should have been 9 garnets and 19 jade gems. And the reason why that is because, Ashley, why is that the reason?
Well, I solved the puzzle shortly after the stream ended. And you just have to say out loud, in his palm, which is actually in her palm, or it turned out to be in her palm, but it's actually supposed to be in his palm. And that's because when you line up the gems in alphabetical order, and then you go and count how many of each there are, it corresponds to that letter of the alphabet. So there were 9 ambers, and the 9th letter of the alphabet is I. And I was able to go on throughout that to be able to solve that. So right when we pick up with this stream, Nivara is going to shout out in his hand based on the new information we have.
In his palm, yes.
In his palm, sorry.
You
It's a week
see
ago.
the stone statue of Saint Cuthbert, who had its hand clasped on a diamond, just open up and presents the diamond to all of you. And so, if you guys go and grab it, you now have in your possession a diamond worth 5,000 gold pieces. So
Wow.
I think for Bjorn's spell casting, I think he needed something cheaper, but I think this
Can
works
we
out
split
for
that
it, right?
up? Who do we talk to get that split up into maybe 300
we get
gold
that
piece increment of diamond?
Everybody gets 1,000 gold pieces from like part of the gem.
Yes.
Is it
Please.
timeshare? I get it in January and February.
Oh man! But on top of that, there's another section, a compartment from like the seat that Saint Cuthbert is on that like kind of like opens up, and inside of it, Nivara, you see two what appears to be magical silks.
I would like to pick them up with Mage Hand.
Perfect. Yeah, you do so. You can pick them up. They float in the air, and you notice they have a kind of like translucent color, of course, because they're silks and everything. And they go from like a lighter lavender purple all the way to like a teal, but it's all like kind of like a pastel colors. It's very light, and like both of them like one goes from like a crossfade, whereas the other is more radial in its nature. So
I wave them in the air.
you do so. I'm just gonna go ahead and there's no negative effects, so that's why I'm not like saying like anything bad happens. This is specifically for you because you solved the puzzle. By like waving in the air, you notice that like you can kind of like intone like a magical like sense with them, and you can command them to transform into birds. They turn into like
It's so
doves.
cool.
Yeah, they turn into doves that are the same
You're
colors.
saying
Do
doves?
you mean doves?
Doves, yes.
It's the plural of dove, right? Doves.
It's the plural of
It's a bunch
dove.
of doves.
It's a dove.
You doing okay?
I'm doing fine, guys. I'm doing just fine. Yeah, doves. They turn into doves.
Doves.
They fly in the air, and basically it's like casting Find Familiar. They use the owl stat block, which I will link you right now, Ashley.
Awesome.
So to those who are unfamiliar
pretty
with
neat.
familiars, they're really cool. Lots of people kind of shuck them off because they're like, oh, 1 HP, I'm not going to use this ever. But familiars can do a lot of great things. All the same actions that you can do normally during combat and everything, they can do as well. Specifically, the owl has a flyby ability where they don't provoke opportunity attacks when it flies out of an enemy's reach, and they have 60 feet of flight. As well as they can take the help action. So if you really need to land like a blow or something like that, they can help you out. So
That's super cool.
yeah.
Like I'm just watching like two birds just like flapping their wings in space, causing a distraction, and all of a sudden just coming in.
Do we need to go to break or anything?
No, one sec.
All right, perfect. Hey, Justin.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
We are-
Justin.
Sorry to the
We're-
streamers. I hate to interrupt our own stream. Sorry, y'all. As maybe some of y'all know, the Seattle Sounders had a game today, which they won. I witnessed this. I done seen it. And
Yeah.
now that's why I'm interrupting all of you. Thanks for your time.
Well, to catch you up, I just did kind of like the recap from last week, and I
Sweet.
changed.
And if y'all don't know, my name's Justin.
Yeah.
I am playing our favorite human character, Doc Rivers, the full-time doctor, part-time amateur pro wrestler, who is best friends with everybody in the group because he likes them all so much. That's why he keeps saving their lives.
Is this part of Doc Rivers pro bono work, or
You
is
know
he?
what? No, this is just like part of Doc's like. So the thing is, so like Doc left his family because he had to go get shekels to send home, right? You know,
Mhm.
like
Shekels.
yeah. Well, you know, that's the local currency. I send gold. I send gold dragons. You know, that's because they have like dragons stamped on the backside as well as like the local magnet's face on the front. Everybody calls them dragons. And so we turn the dragons into the local currency. We send them back home. Well, we send gold back home. See, but even like 1-2 gold, which is what Doc has been able to get so far most weeks. He sends it back home, and you know, it buys a lot of grain. So like they always have like chickens, and like they can buy seeds and stuff like that. Make sure there's like
Aw.
enough. You know, they can work the land.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Wow, I didn't
Ain't
know.
much, but it's honest work.
Oh, well,
It really
perfect.
is though. So shout out to all the small agricultural farmers out there.
Yeah.
All 0 of you who watch our show right now, but like if it goes up and you watch it later, like the group is for small business people, especially in the agricultures.
Well, Justin, so I did a quick correction. So essentially, there should have been 9 garnets from the puzzle last week and 19 jades because St. Cuthbert, I believe, identifies as a guy, doesn't he?
St. Cuthbert,
yes.
yeah. I mean, St. Cuthbert's kind of like above,
Gender.
Above
like
gender
beyond,
identity.
beyond gender. But,
Yeah.
like he usually manifests. He actually does have a female and a male.
Oh, well, then the puzzle would have worked for both because
usually,
originally.
though, speaking, St. Cuthbert is male.
He's not just like a concentric series of rings covered in eyes and wings.
No, he wishes. Actually, like that's actually one of the texts. Be like, I wish I could be like some of those crazy angel,
Yeah.
but I'm a god of. He's a god of pragmatism.
Mm.
So like when it comes to like getting things done, teaching mortals how to do stuff, he's got to be in human form because that's the easiest way to do it. He's forever constrained to a very practical form. He doesn't get to have like 1,500 eyeballs on 1,600 rings.
Yeah, he can't go around melting the eyes out of mortals' heads just by like appearing.
Yeah, that's not conducive to building walls or farms.
Well, so essentially the solution to the puzzle, which Ashley solved just shortly after the session, was in her palm, but I also changed it to like it could be in his palm. But you guys received a diamond worth 5,000 gold, and Ashley received 2 silks that transform into owl familiars.
I thought they were doves.
Doves, sorry. Well, they're doves, but they use the owl familiar stat block. Anyways, yes, sorry guys.
Can you drop me that stat block, Spencer? It hasn't shown up on my Roll20.
I put it in the Discord chat, but I can.
Oh, never mind. We're good.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah. So, picking up from there, we did the recap. We talked about the puzzle. Let's go ahead and go into talking about, because each of you guys, that's the end of this quest. So I had all of you kind of level up to level 5. So how about we go over kind of what each of your characters get at level 5, or what you're choosing to get. And then after that, we'll go into kind of like our question for the party, which is, what's your most controversial opinion about something mundane? And then we'll hit back into the session and see what you guys are going to do next. So let's go over level 5. Who wants to go over what they chose and what they're getting for level 5 first?
Do you want to do bards first since they're first alphabetically?
Yeah,
And first in-
bards,
and
B
first
for
in the book.
bards.
And then
No,
both the oldest and alphabetically first
C
twins
is
can
after
go first.
B. The alphabet is awful. It only gets you into trouble.
Yeah, cleric, stay down before the third letter or before the second letter. All right, Ashley.
Go Bart.
All right. So, Naivara, as a bard, increase in proficiency bonus from a +2 to a +3. Got some more hit points. Got another hit die. So that's always good. Also got Font of Inspiration, which allows me to use to replenish my bardic inspiration after a short or a long rest as opposed to just a long rest, which is pretty cool. And my bardic inspiration die goes from a d6 to a d8, so that's pretty cool too.
Does it really?
Sure does.
You,
Sure does.
you
And
bitch.
then lastly, I know another spell and I have 2 third level spell slots. So what I did was I took away one of my first level spells and gave myself 2 third level spells on the off chance I ever use them, but I took Dispel Magic and Fear.
Nice. Both good spells. Dispel Magic and Fear.
Yes. And I took away one of my first level spells because that's a thing that you can do as a bard. You can swap out one spell that you know per level.
Yeah, because unlike wizards or clerics, they kind of like are known spells. They have like a certain magic that they're infused with as their level, so it's a little harder for them to be flexible, but they get different kind of flexibilities in other regards. So,
Novo,
yeah.
do you want to go?
Sure. Yeah. So I, for my level up, I went ahead and I rolled my hit die, which is 1d8, and I got a 4.
That's
plus my
so
cons,
risky.
it's 5 again, so it's paid off pretty well so
Yeah.
far, and it's fun. And along with that, a lot of what Naivara has mentioned already, right? The proficiency bonus goes from 2 to 3. So I am pretty great at persuasion and arcana, if needed. Along with that, of course, as she mentioned, bardic inspiration, resetting at short rests as well as long rests now is great, and it's a D8 now instead of a D6, which is awesome. So that's really huge. And then for access to third level spells now, I chose fear, so hopefully some crowd control and be able to manipulate the battlefield a little bit. So yeah,
Scaring some people.
it's exciting. And that's Novo.
All right. Well, thank you, our 2 bards, for enlightening us on what you get at level 5. Obviously, some huge upgrades with Font of Inspiration and like getting that upgrade just to your inspiration. Big moves, big money moves. Keeping with alphabetical order, Justin, our cleric, would you like to go over what Dr. Rivers has gotten at level 5?
All right, for sure. We are gonna go with like real basic. I'm gonna keep a few secrets from you and the team because I need to prey on it. Things though that I'll get regardless. This is a big level for all full casters, 3rd level magic, so I'm gonna get 2 3rd level spots. Big things specifically that clerics get is I get destroy undead for CR 1/2 or lower creatures. Now, if those of you who are watching the stream are like, hey, what's a CR? That's pretty. The short answer for that is based on a party of 4.
Yeah.
That is the level of a monster that your party should be able to handle. Like, so if you're a DM, right? You're like, I want to throw a fun monster at my party. When you see CR, that means that if you have a group of 4 of level 1 characters, a CR1 monster should be a good challenge. That's like, I don't know if you want to call it like the middle of 3 standard. Actually, I would say that that's maybe how you should think about it as a DM, like mechanically, is a CR1 creature should be like the middle of like 3 standard deviations of a party, where it's like a completely ill-suited monster or an extremely oversuited monster. CR1 creature should be and I'm sorry for anybody that's just listening. It's like, hey, that's a lot of math, Justin.
There's a lot of. I feel like a lot of the online community dislikes the challenge rating, the CR system, but
I think if they think about it in a standard deviation sense,
Yeah.
it actually makes a lot more help to them, where they can, like, as a DM, kind of evaluate where and how they're going to throw at a monster at. Because I actually threw a Rakasha at a level, at a caster party heavy level. So they were level 7.
yeah,
I threw a creature called the Rakasha, which you can find in the monster manual, but it's this like tiger humanoid shaped demon that you can't cast any magic lower than 5th level at it.
mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, cool. Like, so the casters will have to come up with something other to do than casting. But like, there was a big caster heavy party, and it almost killed all of them. I had to pull back heavy because I didn't realize how bad it was. So that would be like 3 standard deviations. But I think anyway.
Yeah, a lot of that can all just depend on your party dynamic and composition, right? Like a Rakasha who specifically deflects magic, it might not be good against the party who's only magic. But
Anyway.
So
I can destroy creatures of a half CR or lower. So most minions, like, we're surrounded by like 100 skeletons. I can just be like, destroy undead, and they're all gone, and we're out of that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yes. I get 3rd level magic. I'm gonna keep that to the vest. As far as the life domain is concerned, I will automatically get a spell called Beacon of Hope, which is a spell that bestows for the duration. Advantage on Wisdom saving throws and death throws.
Super
for
nice.
1 minute. Yeah.
There's not too many spells that affect death throws, so
And
that's great.
The maximum number of healing points when healing. When healed for 1 minute. Okay, so this just makes me super good at healing.
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You were already good at healing, and this just enhanced that.
Mm-hmm. The life don't sleep on the life domain.
Yeah.
I know it is a little heal body, but wow, are you good at doing that? And then there's also Revivify, which when I touch a creature that has died in the last minute, they return to life with 1 hit point. So
nice.
If you lose a limb during combat, you still got only 1 arm.
But if you're dead, he can bring you back.
You're not dead. Points to St. Cuthbert.
Points to St. Cuthbert. Well, perfect. So that's most of what the cleric gets at that level, right?
I'm good. I'm next. Yeah, next.
Perfect. Well, unfortunately, W comes at the end of the alphabet. So Bjorn, I think F for fighter comes next, right?
Yeah, that's what I would say. So, as I mentioned earlier, I got extra attack. I also got the proficiency bonus, so +3. In terms of Eldritch Knight, I actually nothing special between. I don't get to learn any more spells or don't get any more spell slots. I actually thought I would get a 2nd level spell slot, but I looked and up in the Essentials kit up to 6. You still have 3 total that you can cast. So, but yeah, so to go into extra attack a little bit more, pretty much. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I wanted to come back to that. Anytime as a fighter you make an attack, you can then like make another attack. So basically, you get to attack twice. It's very, very, very strong.
Yes.
If you guys like, for example, with Bjorn, you would have to roll to attack twice and then roll for damage twice if you were to hit on both of those. So, like for example, let's say Bjorn's going up against like a target dummy or a goblin or whatever, right? Roll the hit. Oh, sweet. It's a 18. Sweet. That hits. Roll for damage. Boom. Do the damage. I then get, as long as that first attack was like a melee action, like my attack action, I then get a second attack. So I can, then roll to swipe again. I can do it with the same weapon. So
That's cool.
that basically doubles Bjorn's attacking power. Which is really nice.
Big
when we have
upgrade.
to fight a dragon. So
Yeah.
that is about extra attack. I would say is probably the majority of the level 5 power spike for fighters, but it is a pretty good one. So
Hey, excellent. Thank you, Dan. All right. And Justin, did you have something to say, or are we cool?
Oh no, I was just doing like Macho Man Randy.
Okay, cool.
Like deuces, attacks.
And last but not least, the Fireball Maniac himself, Ufo the Wizard.
Yeah, so at 5th level, Ufo is a wizard, which is a caster like the other casters. So the big thing is going to be 3rd level spells. He got the proficiency bonus. He doesn't get anything besides some 3rd level spells, but he gets some cool spells at that 3rd level. First and foremost among them being Fireball, which is just a bunch of fire, and I get to roll a bunch of dice and deal a bunch of damage to a bunch of dudes, and it's a lot of fun.
In cylindrical nature,
right? And 3 of my buddies don't even get hurt by it because I can shape the little fireball around them because I'm
That's
a
pretty
I'm a
firebender, dude.
pretty cool
Nice.
evocation wizard. And because Ufo didn't want to be a little one note, he didn't take lightning bolt as his 2nd, 3rd level spell. He took haste because that might be a little bit more useful to haste Bjorn and have him go a little nuts.
he
on
was
the
already a
battlefield.
death
go a little
machine.
nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Bjorn, would you like to attack again? Sure.
Just oiling up that death machine to make him go faster.
Speaking of death machines, where are those crabs at?
Actually,
We need
You
to call
say
upon
that.
the gnomes.
I took
don't
Animal
forget.
Messenger so we can call upon the gnomes.
You gonna
I'll
send the
second this.
birds?
Yes. Not my birds, different.
Not your birds, different birds.
Those are my birds.
So yeah,
Not
so,
those other birds.
Other birds.
Those are the guest birds.
so before we get right back into it, the question that I propose to all of you this week is, what is your most controversial opinion about something mundane? So who wants to go first with that?
Me.
All right, Dan, hit us up with Bjorn's most controversial opinion about something mundane.
This is something that not only Bjorn shares, but it's something that I share as well. And that's, I really hate dressers. Dressers, I think, are the most inefficient, and Bjorn thinks this as well, by the way, but they are the most inefficient way of storing clothes out there. It is baffling. I have a closet now with a shelf, and I put my clothes up on the shelf, and I can actually see them, and all my hanging clothes, I hang them. But when you put stuff in dressers, they're all like it gets stacked up like this. You know, if you got like t-shirts, you can't see what clothes you want to see. You got to take them out. And then like, if you want to like have a rotation of clothes, you have to like take everything out and then, you know, bada bing, bada boom. It's so much more inefficient. It baffles me why dressers even became a thing. Should just be open shelves. That's my, you know, hot take on a mundane thing.
I have a feeling that like that was a huge argument that Bjorn had with like his like maybe his like maid staff and everything. Like they'd be like, "Sir Mountainside, I have your everything in the dresser put away nicely."
No, Bjorn.
Actually, no. He had it with Doc Rivers because like Doc Rivers never really had dressers. You know, we're just like kind of like wicker baskets where you kept your stuff in. So he's like, "No, dude, you have like, and they smell good. They're made of cedar. Did you smell it?"
Nah, Bjorn literally.
The moths don't come. There's no bugs that come and eat your clothes. You don't have to patch them because you put them in the dresser. You're safe.
Bjorn growing up actually like smashed so many dressers that they literally just stopped like bringing dressers to him, and they actually had some nice shelves installed for Bjorn at in his royal room. Yeah, and
It's more cost efficient just to get it his way because he would just smash them anyways.
they would bring him in,
Bjorn learned a
smack
lot
him, and
about
say, "You know what?" And then they'd yell at him. He'd get in trouble. Bjorn, his father and mother made him spend a night in the royal dungeon after smashing the fourth one. But on the fifth one, he smashed it again. Said, "Do it." He called their bluff. Said, "Put me in jail again. I'll do it. I'm not using dressers. Hey, look, I don't have a dresser in here." Yeah.
Perfect. And then when him and Doc Rivers got together, they had wicker baskets. So
I can just see like little baby Bjorn running around
Well-
saying, "It does not
He
spark
doesn't even-
joy."
Well, that was the thing. That was like a big learning experience when like Bjorn. You don't know this. This is like a flashback episode to like Bjorn and Doc Rivers talking around a fire. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'd smash him because like fuck that well." And Doc was like, "Wow, you know what?
It's a bit aggressive. Like, it's a bit
Do you know what
excessive.
I would have given to have even a small wooden dresser to put my clothes in so they'd be safe from the bugs and like the dust and stuff? That would have changed my whole life.
So
Yeah, you're right. So that was like a big flashback building character moment between Bjorn and that the audience was now able to see through the magic
what
of imagination.
what's the next mundane controversial opinion?
I can go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Novo, he's a particular elf. When it comes to his books, if nobody dog ears the pages,
Yeah.
they take care of the bindings. It shows respect for the knowledge and learning within them. But outside of that, of course, he's particular about other things, and that comes to public restrooms. Public restrooms where you have to open the door with the handle as you're leaving instead of pushing it away from you. Now, does this make sense? No, it does not
No.
make sense.
No.
You just wash your hands after using the bathroom, which most people don't. He knows this. Novo knows this. There are some vile vermin out in Neverwinter.
Yeah.
And then you expect a Novo to open the door with a handle? No. Doesn't make sense. Think about this when you're constructing a building. That's all he asks.
Oh, actually, so Doc Rivers knows of a fun feature. You actually just nail a horseshoe in to the bottom of the door, and then you can kind of put your
you
foot
use
on
your
the bottom
foot.
and then you use your foot to open the door after you've cleaned it.
It's a good move. Seems inefficient to have to nail a horseshoe every time you go use a public bathroom, though.
No. You leave the horseshoe in the door.
That's a lot of horseshoes.
No, just the one horseshoe per door. Why? How many doors do you have?
Think about how many
How many
outhouses there are.
public bathrooms are there?
Thankfully, this is not an issue when, we're out adventuring, but
Yeah.
in the town.
Go
it's just
behind a
crazy.
tree.
It's just
Yeah.
crazy.
UFO's
Don't
getting
wash your
tired of
hands
people
anyway.
asking to
Recommended it to the
prestidigitate their
owner
hands
of the
clean.
inn that
out in the woods.
we work at. There's one now on their unisex bathroom because we also talked about inclusiveness.
Is it-
Aw,
Is that a big?
that's cute.
Aw.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Off camera, that happened with the owner, the inn owner, and Doc Rivers. Because Doc Rivers has a sibling who's Ace, so
Aw.
What'd you say, Dalton?
I said that UFO's getting tired of Novo asking him to prestidigitate his hands clean out in the woods every time he uses the bathroom.
I gotta say, man,
Oh
I'm
my
a
God,
germaphobe.
yes.
I win again.
This is why you just get mage hand. God,
You
then
give
you
me
don't even
some
have
of
to
that-
worry about
That
it.
hand sandy, bro. Hook me up with that hand sandy.
So who's up next?
I
that's
guess
it.
Nivara can go.
All right, what's Nivara's mundane controversy?
Oatmeal is just thick soup.
Ooh.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Maybe you guys woke up for breakfast one day and somebody else was cooking, and
I
Navara
love-
was like,
I love
I'm not
sweet
having
hot
that.
thick soup.
Oh, that sounds so gross.
Yeah, well,
Also,
it would be
oatmeal is gross.
kanji, dude. Kanji's delicious.
Kanji's
What is-
rice.
Yeah, it's kanji's basically like rice oatmeal.
Okay.
Isn't
Ooh.
kanji just the Japanese alphabet?
No. Oh no.
You're-
That's kanji. You're
Uh,
talking about kanji.
The words sound the same.
They
I
sound
know.
the same to me too.
All
All right. So Nivara just doesn't like that oatmeal. That's perfect. All right.
Oatmeal doesn't like it. Thick soup.
So we just have UFO and Doc Rivers left, right? So
Ufo, do you want to go first? Because I think mine's like gonna basically lose us followers.
Oh, sure. I mean, UFO's stalling because he doesn't have any good ideas.
Maybe Doc should lead that.
UFO doesn't believe in side dishes. He doesn't believe in like bland side dishes like filler, like rice or like plain pastas.
potatoes.
Yeah, potatoes. He thinks all food should be like loud. All food should be loud, and all food should have big
Like
flavor.
paella?
All
Like
big
Pop
flavor
Rocks.
foods. Nothing. No bland foods for UFO.
Mhm.
What does UFO eat when he's sick?
He eats
Boiled fish soup.
thick soup.
Oatmeal.
Whatever the soup is, it has so many jalapenos in
Yeah,
it.
it's really spicy. It's really spicy soup.
Like it clears out his throat
Yeah.
and his nostrils.
Yes.
There you
yeah.
go.
Burns his nostrils. All right, Doc, lose his followers. Lose us our 3
Alright.
followers. Wait, how many viewers do we have? I'll watch the number.
Yeah.
Chocolate hazelnut spread is not that great.
You mean like?
Yeah, we know what's up.
Like the
I'm
thing
not gonna
that
name
has...
names. I'm not naming names. I'm just saying, chocolate hazelnut spread is really just not all it's hyped up to be.
I think it's good, but I think it's overpriced
It's just sugar.
for what it is.
I don't know. Like, I even actually, and the funny thing is like, Doc actually really likes hazelnuts.
But it's when it's that chocolate spread.
Well,
that's
he's
the
like
no-go.
fine on chocolate, but like chocolate hazelnut spread and like the fervent following that it has is something that he's not really.
As a DM who can't physically have the chocolate hazelnut spread, I'm just gonna say maybe St. Cuthbert visited you in your dreams and was like, "Yep, I deleted this. This isn't a thing anymore. It is gone from the world."
Nuts don't exist in the.
Nope.
in the Sword Coast anymore.
No,
They've been
I
removed.
could have
Wow,
specifically.
There's no hazelnuts.
I could have. I
Plastic
could have.
seeds.
I could have removed nut allergies, but instead I decided to take away
Remove
nuts
the hazelnuts.
themselves. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's part of what made you who you are.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's why Doc Rivers is a little bitter all the time because he knows he got rid of hazelnuts. He's like really angry about it.
It's like a monkey paw situation.
Yeah,
Like,
no. It was like an exercise in humility from Saint Cuthbert.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you don't
Because-
like this? I'll just get rid of everything.
you don't like the chocolate hazelnut spread, and you think you know you better than people, huh? Huh? Now no more hazelnuts, fool.
Oh my god.
I like
All
it.
right. And with
Canon.
that, let's return back to our faithful adventuring party. So you guys are right in the loggers camp. You have solved the puzzle. You've gotten your 5,000 gold diamond and some nice little transforming silks for Nivara. So what are you guys doing now?
Leaving, I guess.
Yeah, is there anything else to do here?
You got the signature.
Right, but I'm worried. I'm still worried about where the rest of the people in the camp went.
Didn't they get eaten?
We don't know. They didn't leave any signs of where they went. So I assume they're underground.
Should we look or maybe
mean-
not?
I'll allow you guys to spend some time and do some investigation. Just whoever wants to do that, just roll me some investigation checks.
I'll try. I
it's
mean,
fine.
Crickets.
I guess I'll check. We're somewhere we haven't really like looked super heavy at. Can I go back to like this trail down on the at the other side of the camp, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And look for prints and stuff there, or like wagon tracks, or like anything about like
Sure.
where
Yeah,
anybody may
absolutely.
have gone.
Yep.
Besides down, I guess. I rolled a 12.
Well, a good thing I double checked because I had to go back and look to see what kind of check it would be. It's a really low check. So you succeed and you deduce that the humanoids were killed and dragged into the sand by burrowing monsters.
Told you they were dead.
Okay. How do we convince what's his face that he shouldn't be here anymore without him going catatonic? Because if we straight up tell him, and I'm like kind of like I huddle up everybody, and I'm like, if we tell Wester that his entire crew was murdered and dragged into the ground, he's never gonna leave this cabin ever again.
What if we just say they like fled?
He's gonna be all fled from what, and he's gonna start crying or whatever.
Well, he knows what we're there, and he knows they're gone now.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
We'll tell them that as far
Cryovane.
as we know, they escaped.
has been known to be through areas. What if they just ran from Cryovane? They felt a cold chill in the night and thought a dragon was approaching, and they left. We could convince him of that.
Novo,
I mean, that's
can-
pretty reasonable.
Can you just try to put him to sleep, and then we'll like tie him up and take him back?
Actually, I like
Seems
that idea.
safer. Let's do it.
Yeah, at the risk of just annoyances and everything else that might come with the situation. Yeah, let's just put him to sleep.
All right, you're gonna
Yeah.
cast sleep.
Yeah, I guess so. Wait, do I need line of sight? Can I see through?
You can see
There it
through the window just fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, when you peer in, and I'll reveal that area for you, you see Tybor kind of like huddled on top of this desk. Oh, wait, no. Bjorn scared him, so he was probably in the corner over here crying and stuff like that because Bjorn yelled dragon at him.
Yeah, that was pretty mean.
So he's in this corner, like, crying and everything. But you can see him all right.
he's K.
Okay. Yeah, let's I'm gonna go with UFO on this. I'm not even gonna talk with him. I'm just gonna put him to sleep. I'm gonna roll my d8s here.
Roll it.
And everybody else gets
And,
out of the way.
Yeah, you guys
I'm
might
gonna
want
get
to
out
move
of the
back
way.
for this. Clear
Yeah.
the area.
UFO remembers
Um,
how sleep works.
You know
This
what?
is not a slumber
Dr.
party,
Rich
guys,
is gonna
alright.
get 20 feet behind. Who is it? UFO or is it
Novo. Novo.
Novo. All right, 20 feet behind Novo.
Just let me know what you roll.
I mean, I consider it like, am I clicking here? I'm not sure how I like actually click to show where I'm clicking.
Hold, click and hold.
If you hold down,
Yeah.
Ah,
there you go. Do you see
okay,
him
well,
getting
Oh,
he
it?
drew a bunch of
Look at all
circles.
these circles.
I'm making quite the mess now. Oh no. Yeah, just like centered right here.
Yep, got it.
'Cause that's 5, 10, 15. Yeah. And then 58.
Can you accidentally
Oh,
put yourself
no.
to sleep with this spell?
That's such a bad roll. No offense,
That
but
is
that's
really
a bad
bad.
roll.
Well, let me tell you this. He only had 4 HP, so he is fast asleep.
All right.
I was gonna see if you rolled high enough, if you could put yourself to sleep, but
That's what I was
Uh,
gonna ask. Can you put
but-
yourself to sleep?
Novo didn't cast it in his area, and he has more health than that, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Tybor just he's like huddling and he just slumps off in the corner.
Cool. We tie him up.
Yep, you do
gently,
that.
and we
You
get
throw him in the wagon.
and we get out of town.
Are you taking the supplies with
Dodge.
you back home, back to
yeah,
town?
there's nobody here. There's no point.
Okay, all right,
And
all
then
I
right.
think
Your
that's fine.
Tybor's supplies.
Yep.
Yeah, we may as well give him back. Like he's not going to use them.
Okay. So I'm gonna move you guys to the Sword Coast map, as you can see here. So, yeah. So, I'm not gonna do the same checks as you did to get through the forest. You guys can just kind of like make your way back. Since you tied up Tybor, it took 2 days to get back. So like probably how long does sleep last again? Is it 8 hours?
I think an
Or
hour.
1 minute.
What?
Yep.
Whoops. So just long enough for us to tie him up.
Exactly. So like he like wakes up as you're like throwing him in the back of the wagon, and he's just like
Throw.
he's struggling. He's scared. He doesn't know what's happening.
Can Doc look at him and go, hey, kind of like steady him? Listen, if you don't calm down, things are gonna get real crazy. Not if you understand. What does he do?
He nods.
Okay. All right. We're just going on a little trip. You're going to help us. We're going to take the binding out of your mouth, and you are going to just have a little conversation with us and let us know what we need to do. No. You're going to talk to this little guy here. Okay? He knows what needs to happen.
Uva's like
Alright.
watching this, like, why are you being so mean to him?
Wait.
It's so scary.
Wait, isn't he hostile? Wait, no, in character. Doc grabs his. Wait, this guy isn't hostile?
No, we're just trying to get him back
No,
safely.
we're
I'm
just
so
trying to
sorry,
rescue
guy.
him.
I'm so sorry, guy. Oh, I'm so sorry, guy. Patting him on the shoulders.
He is breathing
Yeah.
heavily. He is freaking out right now. Like you were like shaking him down, and then you're just like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
Whoa, I thought you weren't our friend. That's my bad.
No,
we were
no,
going to explain the situation, but we decided to put you to sleep and take care of this calmly because Well-
we knocked the guy out. I thought he was like. I thought we were. All right.
I was worried another one of those creatures were gonna come out of the ground and eat him too.
That's Doc Rivers' mistake.
Yeah.
So
I explained to him, since like he's in the cart, he's tied up. He's like, okay, everybody else is no longer at the camp. The camp is empty. We're just gonna take you back to your cousin, okay?
mm-hmm.
Are we cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I take the gag out of his mouth.
Why did you tie me up?
Because you freaked out the last time we tried to tell you everybody was dead.
No, like, look, you guys, you were shouting dragon and saying all this other stuff and said there were just take me back home.
That's the plan, and off we go.
I pick him up and be like, "Sorry, guy, they tied you up. I wasn't really 100% sure why we were doing it. I know we have. Look, we're trying to make some money. This is really just a job for me. I didn't want anything bad to happen to you. You know, I understand you don't believe me when I tell you this, but come on, get on the cart.
He's on
safe.
Yeah.
And you guys go back to
He's
Phandalin.
on it.
Hop on the cart.
All right.
I have playing cards. We can play those on the way back.
Do you guys untie him, by the way?
Mm-mm.
Okay, yeah. He
Oh,
loosens
no.
up once he kind of realizes what you guys were doing.
Yeah. Once I know he's not gonna be freaking the hell out.
Yeah.
You guys want a whole hostile
it's best that
takeover
we
situation
don't
here, tying
attract
people up.
anything on our way back. You know, unwanted attention. We've got a mission here.
Sure. Yeah. You want to make a perception check to see if you're being followed or anything?
Ooh, yeah.
How loud-
Can I help?
Yeah.
What? How loud were we being there? And with, like explaining and like calming him down after he woke up.
I don't know, but you can make that perception check.
Okay. Well, my perception isn't great. Well, we'll do it.
You got
Hey.
help, so you roll with advantage.
Yeah. One. It was 3. Oh man. Whoops, wrong chat.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Trying to roll my roll in Twitch is not well.
It
Yeah.
didn't work. It didn't roll
no,
anything
I
in
didn't.
Twitch.
All right. Well, I got a 19.
Okay. Well, I think the other one you messed up, but that's okay. 19's pretty high.
1d2 minus 0
Oh,
plus
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
I'm just having all sorts of trouble. Man, there we go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you rolled pretty high. From your perception, you kind of gaze around. The most like interesting thing coming into the forest and like leaving, like you're looking for like any weird boars that are staring at you. You're looking for like any more of the onkegs that were burying in ground. But like, no, you have a very peaceful way out of the forest. You don't seem to be being tracked by anything or anything. You don't even see a dragon flying in in like the sky. So
Well, that's good. That's very
Yeah.
comforting.
I like that.
you guys make it back to town just fine. So remember, you're pulling the cart. Tybor's in the back with you, and it's being pulled by Vincent the Ox. And you make it back to Phandalin just fine.
You have a formal name for an ox. Vincent, not
Vincent.
Vinny.
He's a good boy. We should,
Vincent.
you know.
Yeah, he licks Novo. He starts to like Novo a bit.
I'm gonna
nice.
pick some grass and feed it to Vinny.
Vincent.
Yeah, I'd like to say we're taking this time to bond just a little bit, just the three of us, just appreciating what this ox has done.
He just
We should
shrugs
get an
along.
ox, Novo.
We have an ox. It's right here.
This
We'll
one's
start a
not
farm.
ours. We have to return him.
Oh.
You retiring and starting a farm is just a little bit different than what I expected.
I'm pretty sure we can just buy the ox when
No,
we
I
get
just
back with the
wanna,
money
like-
that we're gonna get.
Travel around with him.
Just take him with us.
You
Yeah,
like a little Nivara and ox.
like when
adventures?
we were in the circus.
Do you have side adventures when I'm not around?
I mean, I guess you'd be good for all the baggage you have, Navarra.
Wow, that was mean.
She walks away.
Otherwise, horses would be more efficient.
Oh my. The sass.
Harsh.
Well, let's go take Tybor back to his cousin, I guess.
Doc Rivers walks over to Bjorn, just gives him a hug.
Aw.
Everybody was being mean over there, buddy.
What? What do you
I
mean?
know. I don't know. Let's go get beers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Ah.
walk over to where everybody else is going with the full intention to get beers, but then also getting distracted by everybody else's over here.
Okay, cool. So, are you guys going into Barthen's Provisions, or where are you guys going?
I think first just drop off the supplies back at Barthen's.
Yeah.
Do
So
do a quick
Yeah.
expo, just being like,
Ding!
hey,
Yeah.
camp got murdered.
Oh.
You can have the provisions back.
Thanks. I'll
And also
tell
your
Wester.
cousin.
We're on the way. We're his Tiber survived, so we're
Oh, thank-
escorting Tiber back.
Goodness, I was not looking forward to breaking the news. So, okay, good luck.
So Barthen,
Yes.
can you do me a favor?
What's going
It's not
on?
like- it's not like a big deal.
Yeah.
I just need you to spot me like 100 gold worth of powdered silver, just for a experiment.
Uh,
It's like an investment.
Harbin's about to
then-
give us a bunch of gold for doing our quests.
Have you
Oh,
heard
is he?
of
Never
mind.
non-fungible tokens?
Have you heard of non-fungible tokens?
what?
Yeah, I've got a picture
What?
of a bridge to sell you.
A picture of a bridge?
Yes, it's art.
And well, okay, that's fine, but I'm not an art gallery.
Yeah, for
What's a
a low
picture?
investment,
All right,
I can sell you
all right, never
half
mind.
of
You're
half
gonna
of a
give us- You're
pyramid.
gonna give us gold. I think I probably
Yes, or-
wait. So 100 silver is only like 10 gold, right? Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All right, never mind. I have.
Yeah, just as a side note,
figured
if
out.
you guys go to Harbin and kind of like finish the quest, he will give you 100 gold apiece because I believe that's what's promised in the quest. And
Awesome.
like you guys can suit up before wherever you guys are gonna go up next. Because yeah, you're level 5 now. You get some upgrades.
We also never got, I
We
don't think, got the
go,
reward
and-
for the Butterskull Ranch quest.
That's
either.
right. So there we go.
Getting gypped.
Yeah.
Okay.
we go and turn in and get our rewards.
All right, so you guys make your way down to Harbin Wester's home. So just like last time, if you guys like knock on the door, like and everything, knock, knock, knock. Once again, he is frightened, he is scared, so he just goes, who is it?
I kind of like push.
It's a dragon!
Damn it.
Bjorn!
Every time.
Every time,
Yeah.
like.
It doesn't get old.
Yeah, like-
It really doesn't get old here. All right, I'm gonna walk over to the bar. I'll see you guys later. Someone pick me up my gold.
Like if Tybor like jumped in place, like if he didn't see you screaming that, he would have been scared too.
I imagine we thought they had already went to the inn, and he just comes out like behind a corner and just, like, oh, by the way, now I'm gone.
Dragon! Now I'm out.
Okay, peace. Oh man. So yeah. So you said you kind of pushed Tybor closer to the end and everything.
Yeah, I was like, Tybor, like go reunite with your cousin, I guess.
Yeah, so Tybor goes up to Harbin and, he relays everything that kind of happens back in the camp, talks about like, yeah, I'm okay. There was Ankegs and they burst out of the ground. Apparently they ate all my men, but these heroes right here, thankfully they slew all the beasts and, well, they brought me back here, safe and sound. So thank you all for saving me. Harbin, can you pay these men? And Harbin like opens up the door, just lets in Tybor. So Tybor runs in and then starts slipping you guys the money underneath the
Oh
door.
my god.
Damn it, Tybor. Why do you do this?
But he pays you guys in full price. So Butterskull Ranch was 100 gold, so each of you get 100 gold from that, and Loggers Camp also 100 gold. So all of you guys have 200 gold apiece. So he sends you the money, and Harbin goes, "Hey, thank you for saving my brother, my half brother. It's my brother.
I thought you were cousins. My bad.
Easy mistake. So what are you guys gonna do now?
We think we found where Cryovane is at.
The dragon?
The dragon. So we're gonna try and take a look there.
Oh my. Well, good luck. If you really think you can kill it, then good on you.
Well, I mean, any info might be nice. And do you know anything about? And I take a map
Yeah.
that I have, and I kind of point to like the area we saw Cryovane land and where Dock River is astral projected to and stuff. It's like, do you know anything about this area?
Can you slide it under the door?
Sure. And I
you
do
slide down the
that.
door. You hear the scuffling of paper and the rustling as he kind of looks at it, and you
Uh-huh.
actually hear like Tybor like pointing at the map, and then like Wester going like, no. They like pointing at the map and touching it and stuff. And Harbin goes, "Oh, all right. It gets really cold up in the mountains. You're gonna go up there. You know, I would just pack for like, the dead of winter. I know it's in the middle of the summer right now, but I would take some, some nice gear that would help you make it up there."
That makes sense.
Slides the map back underneath.
Much appreciated.
But yeah, be sure to stop by Barthen's or Line Shield if you need anything before you head out. We don't have too much, but whatever you need before going and facing your dragon.
Yep, we were definitely gonna ask around a little bit.
Sweet.
Cool.
I think Novo, having found this out, kind of still yearns for more information, being as prepared as possible going into this battle. So Novo is going to actually make his way down to the Miners Exchange to try and talk to Halia, who he had worked with previously on figuring out retrofitting that crossbow for the Nomengard machines. So
Perfect. Yeah. So you kind of go into the Miners Exchange. You know how it's kind of like it just has like a counter with like behind the counter there's like all sorts of different like papers and parchments that are kind of like all strewn about and sorted into different places, just because it's a huge exchange for like documenting like what people have found and the areas they found and stuff like that. And Talia is maybe like assorting some papers and kind of goes, "Welcome to the Phandalin Miners." "Oh, Novo, what's going on?"
hello, Halia.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like a lot has happened since we last saw each other.
Sure have.
But
Did
I
you-
might,
Yeah.
yeah, I might need your help on something rather large and
He
And
wants another
quite icy.
crossbow.
You need another crossbow to stick out another crab-like machine?
We might need to actually produce those in bulk if we can rather quickly. We'll have to figure that one out. We may be calling upon the Nomen Guard and those willing to fight, as we now have information on roughly where to find Cryovane.
Oh
And
my.
that's what brings me here to you, is to request any and all information that you may have here on the dragon or ice dragons in general.
Death already, God.
Don't mind her. She's she didn't wake up on the right side of the barn stall today, so
Yeah, right, of course. Well,
Stalls, right?
dragons, right. Well, reports from the field, different people have been running into it, like, here and there, like, it will come out for, just to, like, attack and get some food for itself and everything like that, it tends to do, it can fly and it can fly fast. So it doesn't ever land on the ground. It usually kind of flies over something, breathes ice on it, and then after it's sure that it's frozen to death, then tries to take it back to wherever it's staying. So if you're gonna fight it, out in the open air is probably not the best. That's its territory, if you know what I mean.
Is there any advantage to being able to bring it down to the ground, would you say? That
You
know
could
of?
probably hit it better.
Wow, that is true. We do have one certain man in our party that likes to hit things, so he would probably be keen to being able to tie it down.
And where is the mighty hammer at right now?
Oh, so yes, you obviously you are familiar with our performances. I believe he is doing what he likes to do best. Second, of course, to hitting things is drinking at the end.
As I expected. All right. Well,
Now, I do have one more question for you.
shoot.
These things, these creatures, or whatever it may encase in ice, are these kept as trophies, or is this lunch for another day?
I think it's lunch for another day.
Very well. I
Who
appreciate
likes
you.
frozen meat? It's gross.
Probably the ice dragon. She yells back out the door to Naivara.
Ah.
I appreciate all your help, Halia.
Yeah,
I don't know
you're
if I
actually
can repay you.
if you slay that thing, that improves my business. That's all the thanks I need. So, thank you.
Very well.
Just don't die.
Try not to think of that about that one as much.
Well, I'm looking forward to your next performance back in town. And she winks at you.
Oh, I kind of just look at her back, just smolder. Just like... raising the eyebrows. I didn't realize we had that kind of connection, Halia.
I don't know what you're implying.
Room.
But stop flirting in front of stop flirting with me in front of your sister and get out of here.
All right. I hope to see you again. And then we trail off. Just go.
All right, so you flirted with Halia and you got some useful information about ice dragons, it seems. So, anything else the party is doing in town before they head off on their next adventure?
I
Buying
thought Christian was gonna get his hand crossbow now that he can afford it finally.
Can get my hand crossbow. That seems like it'd be helpful for a flying dragon. I can't remember. I believe I can afford it. I can't remember the price.
It's 75 gold pieces, and you just made 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely afford it.
Yeah, so just to let you guys know, between Lion Shield Coster and Barthen's Provisions, Barthen Provisions has everything like equipment wise, but like weapons and armor, but Lion Shield Coster does. So in the Essentials Kit little booklet, everything you see on the like equipment page, that's what you can purchase within there. So if you guys want to take some time, kind of look through your options and see what you have, what we can do is we can actually go ahead and take a break real quick. And then once we come back, we can kind of see how we're spending up that 200 gold and then kind of set out, because it sounds like you guys are leaning towards taking on Crowvane in his keep up in like Icefire Peak and everything, right?
Mhm.
So
Yay.
I do have a question,
yeah, go ahead, Christian.
or just general gameplay. I'm not trying to metagame, but like
Yeah.
I am curious about you mentioning, of course, that it's a lot colder up there.
Oh, that
Now,
wasn't
is it-
metagaming. That was me dropping hints.
Well, yeah. So, like, I'm just in general. Like, I have a question
Yeah.
about like D&D and like environments. Like,
Yep.
could an environment like that just naturally, like, oh, you would maybe run into like disadvantages more, or like if you're cold or you're not prepared. Like, how does like elemental effects like affect you if you're not like? Does it matter if like what kind of equipment you're wearing, or like? I don't know.
Without spoiling anything, I'll just say that going into a colder environment might require some checks that can be helped out or negated with certain items.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
yep. So being properly prepared to go into certain places,
We should buy
weather-wise.
warm clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm wondering, like, should I just buy another pair of common clothes and wear them over my clothes, or is there like a separate warm clothes to buy?
so in the equipment section of the player's handbook, and I don't know how readily it is in the basic rules that you have, Spencer.
Yeah.
The one with the I'm not sure where equipment comes in to play, but in the player's handbook anyway, chapter 5 is all about equipment. And if you go down to, I think it's adventuring gear.
I just see common costume, fine traveler's clothes.
No, there's like cold weather.
There should be cold weather gear that you can purchase. And if it's not in the equipment tab, then I can search for it. But let's just say there is a special environment condition by going to this area.
Yeah. Because you can freeze to death in D, which is kind of
I'd assume so, but I wasn't sure how that worked. I was just curious since it's now coming up.
Yeah, there's
specific cold weather gear that you can buy. I'm looking for it now.
Yeah, there's a section in the Dungeon Master's Guide about extreme weather conditions, and it has rules for like extreme cold, extreme heat, various like types of weather, and like what kind of checks you could make your players do depending on what that sort of thing is. A lot of it comes down to like exhaustion, taking like taking some exhaustion, and like you getting disadvantage on some ability checks and stuff as things get worse. But like Spencer alluded to, there's ways of mitigating that with some prep time. And speaking of, we're going to take care of some of that prep time over a short break.
Yeah.
We'll be back in 5 or so minutes, everybody.
See you guys soon.
See you soon.
Awesome.
Peace.
Hey there, everyone. This is the ABCs of RPGs coming back from a break where we teach you the basis of tabletop role-playing games. And specifically, we're doing the Essentials kit right now, the adventure inside called the Dragon of Icespire Peak. We're currently returning to our party shopping in town before they go off to fight the one, the only ice dragon himself, Cryovane. So, party, when we went to break, you guys were kind of figuring out the items you were going to purchase. In discussion, it sounded like all of you, we kind of came to an agreement because we found out, unfortunately, the Essentials kit, while kind of requiring you to have cold weather gear for this next section, doesn't actually provide cold weather gear in the equipment section of this adventure, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we agreed that they would just probably cost the same amount as fine clothes, which is about 8 gold pieces. And so, yeah. So, I believe everybody else was just calculating what they were going to bring along on their adventure to Cryovane. So, let's pick up right where we were. I think we were just going to say, like, what everybody was getting, or we were just going to kind of have, like, a list and everybody was going to calculate it. And then you guys were going to set off, unless you guys were going to do something different.
I got cold clothes and 2 healing potions.
Okay, real quick. So, Adabra is the one who has healing potions back.
Yeah, she's like miles
on
away.
Bridge Hill. Yeah.
So that's not a thing I can do.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
You get a healer's kit.
You
I
can.
already have one.
Okay.
Yeah, Ufo bought some cold weather gear. He bought a backup wand, and he bought some oil and a lantern.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
And like fire starting. What is it? Tinderbox. Sorry. Yeah.
Do any of you currently have healing potions, by the way? Because there is a set limit you're allowed to have.
I am healing potions.
You are healing potions. Yes. Yes, Doc Rivers is healing potions.
I mean, Dahlia gave us some. They aren't in my inventory, so they're in somebody's
They aren't
inventory.
in my inventory.
Okay.
They're not in mine.
I think they're in Doc's.
I mean, he's our healer, so that makes sense.
I'll look it up. Don't worry.
But I also think Doc gave somebody
Oh.
one.
Oh, yeah,
I
he gave...
I gave what's his name my healing potion.
Yeah.
Big Al!
see.
Big Al Calzone Ranch!
I'm
Let's
big
go
on
Ranch.
I don't think Doc really has any healing potions because he knows what he can do, and he also knows that if other people have stuff he can do.
Oh, Adabra only gave you guys one healing potion,
Okay.
but that's okay.
And we gave
So-
that to Big
Yeah,
Al.
we used
cool,
it.
cool.
Yeah, which I didn't get inspiration for. Mm.
Okay, fishing much.
Ooh.
Mm.
All of a sudden, St.
Just
Cuthbert
thinking out loud.
throws
Just thinking
down
out loud.
some lightning at you. I'm kidding.
Reflex save. Doc Rivers.
All right. So, okay. So UFO got like some oil, and a lantern, and cold weather gear and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So just make sure you guys aren't adding on healing potions, unfortunately. But anything else is still on the table, such as healing kits and stuff.
So Doc Rivers is actually going to buy buying a climbing kit.
Yep. Cool. Perfect.
And in addition to the
Wow.
thank you. In addition to the cold weather insulation to his current armor, it's his is actually just kind of like fur lining to his current armor. So underneath the plates, there's like small pieces of pelt that just kind of pop out.
Perfect.
Oh,
If
some
that's
pythons
okay,
too,
can I
for sure.
can I just do it that way?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. And then he's just he's gonna peruse and then make any adjustments with the shopkeep after.
Yeah. I guess we don't have to discuss everything. If you guys are still deciding stuff, we can actually continue on the adventure and just like you guys have a lot of going, a lot of deciding to do. So if you guys want to move on and start making your way towards what is called Ice Spire Hold, you can.
Sounds good.
Can I get
Perfect.
Do it.
before?
Spencer, you DM, there is one thing I want to let you know about. I'm actually
Yeah.
going to be changing from battle axe, from a great axe to a battle axe.
Ooh, yeah.
The reason I'm doing that is I'm going. Great axe is a two-handed weapon. Battle axe is a versatile weapon, which is one hand. Or I'm sorry, not the battle axe. I'm going to a warhammer. Warhammer is a 1d10 because it's
Yeah.
versatile, and it still stacks with my great weapon fighting. I lose, it goes from a d12 to a d10, but I gain a shield.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
and that means my AC is now a 19. So
Yeah.
Dan, I believe that you can change fighting styles at level adjustments per top. Well, I guess that's per top shows.
I want to have great weapon fighting anyway, because I'm not getting rid of my battle. Like I just want to use my shield and warhammer, but I'm still gonna have the battle axe.
Cool.
Yeah, so I just want to let you know that because I know you have our ACs down, so it's 19.
Whoa. Wow.
All right, so I'm going to use this wagon still as kind of representation of you guys, and as you can see, Ice Spire Hold is like over here. So, actually details this out by saying it's about 30 miles away. So it will take you a day and a little bit of more time to get there, but I'll just kind of start moving you guys along.
About
So,
about
yeah.
halfway there, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
Ufo, Nivara. Now that you have your headphones on and you can hear me. were you gonna send a message to the gnomes to see if they were gonna help? I don't really have high hopes, but
Hell yeah, I am.
we may as well give it a try.
Yeah.
I will use one of my 2nd level spell slots to cast Animal Messenger before
And what
we
does that
leave.
do? Yeah.
I will read it to you. Animal Messenger. 1 action range of 30 feet, lasts for 24 hours. You use an animal to deliver a message. Choose a tiny beast you can see within range, such as a squirrel, a blue jay, or a bat. You specify a location which you must have visited and a recipient who matches a general description, such as a man or woman dressed in the uniform of the town guard. You also speak a message of up to 25 words. The target beast travels for the duration of the spell toward the specified location, covering 50 miles per 24 hours for flying or 25 for other animals. When the messenger arrives, it delivers your message to the creature that you described, replicating the sound of your voice. Yeah. So, are there any flying creatures?
Yeah, definitely. There's like all sorts of birds and stuff like that. So I imagine you kind of like call one over and it like lands on your finger.
Is it a dove?
No, it's a dove.
I'll speak to the dove. Let's see.
Remember,
What should I say, guys? We are
as-
off.
as we left them with the blueprints that I and Halia wrote up to adorn their machines with these crossbows, and of course their magic and willingness to come to aid for the help we gave them in the mimic problem that they had infiltrated within their kingdom. We call upon them as we have our final fight against a dragon that has ruled the land too long. That is
All right. So it's a little long-winded.
25
I
words.
Let's go.
narrowed it down.
That's all I gotta say. They're gnomes.
Mita said I aspire to fight
Noah was
dragon.
like frustrated by this because he had such a great like letter written out, like just flowing
Doc
out.
looks over. Are
in
you still
this
sending that
perspective.
message?
It's like he just sends multiple birds, and each bird just continues where the last one left off.
Middle of words too.
Oh, I love that. I love that. A trail of birds.
All right, 14 words. Gnome kings. Meet us at Icespire to fight dragon. Bring crabs. Nivara and friends.
And it flies off.
Bring crabs.
Okay. Perfect. Cool.
I really hope they don't bring like actual crabs.
I hope they know what we're talking about. Yeah.
Oh man.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see if they even show up.
All right. Well, on the way, maybe at the beginning of the second day. So, kind of like as you start to kind of like go up in elevation, you know, as it starts getting chillier and like colder. Where you're currently out at in the mountain incline, it hasn't quite like reached like the snow. There's snow falling in the air, but it's not staying on the ground, right? Like it's like just kind of like frosted in the ground on the ground and everything like that. But you're like making your way up an incline. It's still kind of like a low hill that's just kind of like rising up into the air. But you stop because as you make your way across the cold, wind-blown foothills of the Sword Mountains, you happen upon a large, prone creature frozen in ice.
Spencer,
Yeah.
I have a question, and you can say no because it's kind of like retroactive.
Yeah.
On that last day, you
Yep.
know, when we became level 5,
Yeah.
could I have taken Glyph of warding.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those
Oh.
things where it's like your character like would have like
Okay,
done.
cool. I'm gonna cast Glyph of warding on an arrow,
Okay.
and when the condition is when the bolt when the head strikes something,
Yeah.
it explodes using an explosive rune. So I
Okay.
just kind of like carve it into the haft of this arrow, and I give it to Nivara, and I'm like, "Here, you shoot arrows, right?
Sometimes.
Shoot this arrow; it'll be awesome.
Okay.
It'll explode."
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. And that was a spell I used for that day.
That's perfect. To those folks at home thinking, "Whoa, I just looked up Glyph of Warding. That seems super powerful." It does consume 200 gold worth of diamond each time. So
Mm-hmm. That was like all the gold I just got.
so
You better hit with that arrow.
So don't drop it.
No pressure.
I mean, you
No
could just
pressure.
be more specific about the glyph. It's like when it specifically hits a dragon named Cryovane,
boom.
explode. That way you go pick it up if you miss.
I
Yes,
oh.
he did that.
That's what it's intended for.
Yeah, I like to
Oh.
imagine you guys were sitting around the campfire and Doc's like doing this and discussing with you guys, and Ufo was like, "Wait a second."
You be more specific.
Can we make this a little bit more specific?
We got some
I mean,
edge
we
pieces
can.
here.
It's just- I mean, I have as much arrows I can carve. I guess I could start over here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the arrow's only
Wait, hold
so
on.
much text room for text.
Mm.
This is before
Yeah,
Twitter
as long
doubled
as
the
it
character
fits,
limit
it's okay.
too.
He said, no, it's got to fit on the one arrow, but as long as it fits in the
It
arrow,
ships for a low flat rate.
yeah, it ships for a low fat.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Did you know my dad works at the post office?
Oh, that was
That's
amazing.
Awesome.
Ashley, you get point of inspiration for that joke. That was great. I really enjoyed
Thanks.
that. So anyways, was there anything else that you guys did last night? Because if not, we're gonna move on to the frozen figure that's large and prone in ice.
I also cast Find Familiar the night before and have my owl dove familiar.
Oh, they're just flying? So they transformed out of their like their silk shape and they're kind of like resting on your shoulders and such?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And when we're traveling, they're like flying above so I can see what's going on.
Cool. I didn't specify how many times they can do that per day, but I like to imagine maybe it's something like UFO's things where it has so many charges per day, like they can transform in and out, like into owls per day each time. Maybe like 1d4 charges plus 1 per day.
Okay.
Cool. But anyways.
I was just using like the Find Familiar spell, which is like
Oh, that's fine too.
a first level spell slot.
Oh, you don't have to use your spell slots for that though. That's a magic item.
Oh. Thanks.
Yeah. That's why I was saying like the charges and everything. So don't worry about wasting your spells.
Okay.
But anyways, so
Then
You
I
guys
didn't do that. I did it
Me-
today.
sorry to everybody at home. It's a homebrew item that I made for everybody's kind of everybody who solved the puzzle has gotten one so far. So, okay. Do you want me to reread the description of what you see?
No, I cast Fireball.
You cast fireball
No,
at
I'm
it.
kidding. Reread it.
You're gonna thaw it. It might eat us.
As you make your way across the cold, wind-blown foothills of the Sword Mountain, you happen upon a large prone creature frozen in ice.
You cast fireball at it?
No, I do want to. Are you guys cool with trying to melt it though? I mean, I'm not gonna fireball it.
Yeah.
That would
Oh
explode
no,
it.
no, no!
Investigate it and
Doc
see
was
what it
Doc was
looks
like all
like?
for it. It was like, yeah. Wait, no.
Like, we just light some torches
excited.
and try to melt him
Ye-
safely and slowly.
Yeah, I have a torch as well. I can help
I
you.
don't
We
think
can both
that's gonna
torch it.
work.
What? Torch melts ice. What are you talking about?
This is a giant creature. A single torch isn't gonna melt
He's not
it.
giant.
we have
He's
two.
large. Totally different size classes.
As you guys get
Spencer,
closer,
can I roll a
my magic.
as you guys get closer and you kind of observe, you're able to kind of see through the ice because it's translucent.
Mhm.
And as you look inside, you can see that the frozen creature is in fact an ogre.
Mm.
We
We
probably
can
don't want
leave
this
him.
person.
Mm.
I'm with Nivara.
What do I
Is
know
there a
about
donkey
ogres?
nearby?
What do you know about ogres? That they're
Yeah.
vicious, cruel, but also likely dead because it was frozen solid.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay,
This
cool.
ogre has been frozen solid. How would he come back to life after we thawed him out?
I've seen tons
Revivify?
of stories about cryogenically freezing things.
And in
No,
fact,
I
as you
bet.
kind of look over him, you see kind of like a
It's not
club
fake.
that was like frozen along with him that he probably had it as a weapon, but there's also a sack that's like in frozen with him.
Oh, he's got a sack
mean-
in the freezing?
Yeah. In
Doc.
the ice.
You could detect magic as a ritual, right? Just see
Uh-huh.
if there's any
Can I-
necromancy
I can do
magic around
It's
that
fine.
would somehow
Yeah.
you would come
Let's
back to life.
no,
This
you
is
know what?
not
Yeah,
me,
let's
ogre.
let's do this, UFO.
it. Yeah.
And we'll like use our communal magics to if we cast it both at the same time, can we cast it in only 5 minutes, DM?
No.
I don't think so because we cast it
Works.
into entirely
Yeah.
different ways. Like I'm out here like reading a book, like drawing runes on the ground, and you're praying to God. I don't think that makes it go faster.
No, you guys are holding hands
Helping.
though. So
No. See, because Saint Cuthbert's magic would work through yours because that's the easiest way to get it done quickly. He's a god of pragmatism.
and
Okay.
efficiency.
Well, it'll probably still take 10 minutes, but I don't think that's going to be the end of the world.
Nope.
Well, that's fine.
So, casting detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
Uh.
So I guess actually we double the field of it because we both cast it on ourselves, right? So
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what this would be. Inside of the sack, you detect. What would? I'm trying to think of all the different schools and everything.
I
Because
can
it's
tell
not really like a
you-
normal school, and it's not like a magic item per se.
I can tell you that cure wounds is evocation.
There we go. It's evocation.
He's got health.
oh, well, this is healing magic, I think.
Okay, how do we get it out though?
Did you?
Well, he's
try
probably
hugging
dead.
it?
You can just thaw it all out.
Yeah, let's
okay,
just.
okay.
No, I'm gonna hug it. I'm gonna hug it.
I'll cast fire bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Fire,
Yep.
fire bolt.
Is the power of love doing anything?
At a bit
While he's
separate
hugging
from,
it?
and a bit separate from Doc. How much damage does that do?
If you keep kind of like casting it, I imagine it's kind of like a lighter or something where you like have this flame at the end of your finger and you just kind of like burrow in and stuff like that. You can take the time and kind of like melt out the sack and everything. That's perfectly fine. It'll probably take 30 minutes
Maybe
or
an
something like that.
hour.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I'll be tired
Yeah.
after, but that's fine.
So you do so, and you have the icy sack in front of you.
Nice. What's in the sack?
You look inside, and you find a rusty dwarven helm, 2 halves of a splintered wooden shield, a tumbleweed, a crumpled up cowboy hat, and a sackcloth doll in desperate need of restitching, and 3 potions of healing.
Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That was written in here. That's what the book says.
You think we?
All of those items.
I
plus
give I
three
give everything
useful
but the 3
things.
healing potions back to the popsicle.
You don't even want the crumpled up cowboy hat?
I've
should
already
put the
got a
hat
cool
on him.
hat.
Cowboy hat.
Honestly, just right on top, like a
Wait.
snowman.
Of the ice cube.
like a
Oh,
snow.
Can I get
Ogre
a
minute.
dwarven helmet?
Does he come to life?
Wait.
Nice man.
I think Bjorn wants the
This-
helmet.
Bjorn.
Can I inspect the helmet and see if I recognize it?
Yeah, looking at it, It's old. It's like from the dwarves who lived in the Sword Mountains like a long time ago. Like it's definitely not any recent ancestry or anything like that.
Yeah. Is it like really badly damaged or like
It
can
is.
I use it?
No, it's rusty and decrepit.
Yeah. I show them the helmet and I go, yeah, this is old dwarven stuff. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna give it to my dad or something as a gift.
Father's Day gift. It's coming up.
I don't know. Anyway, I just put it in my backpack.
All right. Anybody else want any of this other stuff?
The trash?
Yeah, the trash. Anybody else want any of the trash?
No, thank you.
Mm.
No,
All
no,
right.
thank you.
All right. Yep. I give the rest of it back to the popsicle, and then we move on.
Perfect. It all right. It doesn't react to you handing all the stuff back because it is still frozen solid.
Oh,
But you
well.
guys continue on to Ice Spire Hold.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna transport you back to a map you may be slightly familiar with.
Does Doc
how,
have
how
the
much time has
potions?
how much time has it been?
Oh, like a couple days, right?
Oh,
Because you
Does
traveled
Doc-
back.
So while we're traveling along, I'd be like, hey, so yeah, I blessed, I blessed Nivara's arrow, but if we could scrounge together another 200 gold, I could bless Bjorn's axe in a really similar manner, so that like when the first time he connects with
Bjorn just hands you a bag of gold.
oh, you have this?
Is the hammer gonna explode?
I didn't want to
though?
ask you directly because that like puts all the burden on you, buddy.
I don't
Wait.
care about money. My parents are rich.
Doc,
That's
before we
nice.
do this, Thalia told me that often the dragon does not land on the ground but flies above and rains ice down below. So unless we have a way to pin this dragon to the ground, melee might not be an option in terms of attack. So I don't know if that might be the best way to use our resources. I like the idea though. Don't get me wrong.
Can you make him fly? You know things. Is making people fly one of the things you know?
Make Bjorn fly?
Yeah.
Ufo's
Or what if you
sad.
make him really big and then maybe he's just taller and then can hit him easily? Because
Ufo,
you know.
Ufo wishes Doc would have brought that up yesterday before he picked haste instead of fly.
Aww.
oh,
Wait, maybe. But what if he's fast enough to just run off a ramp that just happens to be in the arena and he just, with momentum, flies and get, that might work. Maybe the gnomes will bring us something that can fly. Just a flying crab. That's the best we've got at this point.
Well, if you guys see, I've placed you to the north of this path up here. Can you place yourselves in marching order? And not because of any combat or anything, but I do want to put you just kind of like in turn-based order because we found that helpful last time. So
I guess I don't need to roll for initiative right now.
nope, whatever you guys put in order yourselves are, that's how we're gonna do it. So I'll arrange you guys after you guys kind of set yourselves in order. Like, is Bjorn leading or?
Novo, remember when we made them go ahead
Oh, yeah.
first? We should do that again.
Okay, let's not make it too obvious. Oh, looks like the UFO went ahead of me.
Oh,
Alright, that's
darn.
fine. Oh, geez. I was sorry. I was looking up at the sky. I didn't realize this is how it happened.
There's no dragons. Fine.
Yeah, no dragons.
All right,
Uh,
so
Really, this morning before we got here, UFO did cast mage armor
okay,
on
perfect.
himself, just as a heads up.
Cool. Is everybody comfortable with the order that we're currently in then? With Bjorn, then Doc Rivers, UFO, Novo, and Nivara?
Mm-hmm.
Can I have my familiars activated?
Yeah, of course. All right, Nivara is last. All right, UFO is in the middle. Novo is second to last. And Doc is second. Okay, perfect. So see, this is how I kind of organized you guys so far. So I'll go ahead and read the description as you guys kind of like approach Icespire Hold. Clouds partly obscure a stone fortress situated atop the icy spur of a jagged snow-covered mountain that you recognize as Icespire Peak, a landmark so enormous as to be visible from Phandalin on a clear day. The mountain dwarfs the fortress, which consists of two separate structures joined together by a stone bridge. So you have kind of this structure and this structure, and this is the bridge it's referring to. A narrow, winding path corkscrews up the mountainside to the smaller of the two structures, and appears to be the only safe way to reach it by land. It's an unwelcome path, but not as unwelcome as the cold, howling wind that buffets you. So, thankfully, because all of you are wearing cold weather gear, you don't have to do this. Essentially, whenever temperature is at or below 0 degrees Fahrenheit, a creature exposed to the cold must make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw at the end of each hour. Creatures with resistance or immunity to cold damage don't just automatically succeed it, as do creatures wearing cold weather gear and creatures naturally adapted to cold climates. But if you failed it, the creature has disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws, and its speed is halved. And if you fail that 6 times, you die. So...
Honestly, 6 times is being generous.
Yep, that's 6 hours in the freezing cold. So,
Well, I mean, there's much worse. There's bad things along those 6 fails that you suffer from. That's like 6 levels of exhaustion. So like, there's stuff that go bad before you get there to die.
So I know what you're saying. It doesn't actually say it's exhaustion. It just
Really?
says like you just have all that stuff, because a lot of those effects are like exhaustion stuff. It just says like disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws, and speed is half. So you get like all of that right at the beginning, and then if you just have that for 6 times, you die. At least that's what the rules are in this and everything. But there are exhaustion rules, which are fun stuff to look up whenever you guys get a chance. But let's start off with Bjorn. Bjorn, you are the first on this mountain trail. What do you do?
Can I set? Oh, sorry. How are we going? Are we going in like order on the path?
Yep, that's why Bjorn's going first.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I was just gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There we go.
Cool. Doc Rivers.
Oh, wait, can I dash?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yay.
I might have been careful running fast on the precarious perch, but it sounds like it's okay.
Yeah, that's
So is it like what's going on? Is it any kind of? It's just
We're going
what's
in
it?
turn order right
Dangerous
now, just because
terrain?
you guys
Then-
are approaching Icespire Hold. So Bjorn is just dashed on his turn, dashed and just kind of is running up the trail. I imagine that maybe Bjorn like sees like the keep and he's like, "Oh, I'm almost there," and just starts like trudging a little bit faster up the trail and everything.
yeah.
Okay.
A
So
little
just take your
excited.
turn like normal, Justin.
All right. Well, right now I'm gonna take the first. Like if we were in an action economy, I would use my action to put on my boot tips and climbing gloves and
Oh.
harness.
I can imagine that you probably already did that. Like
Oh,
you
okay.
don't have to worry about using an action to do that right now. You probably already did that.
Okay, cool. Well, then I will just make sure that I'm minding my step as I don't know if I want to dash at the risk of falling. So I'd rather just go my normal speed and make sure I don't fall. Or if I feel like it's dashing is cool, then I'll dash.
Sounds good.
Okay, well then I'll dash.
Oh, well, I mean, if that's what you guys want to do.
Well, I don't.
I think he's trying to get,
So,
get
like,
this.
all right. So
yeah.
I'm gonna like. So all right. So I.
You're trying to see if it's
sure. As I
run
take
on the
my
narrow
first few steps, I'm going to see how like packed the snow is,
yes.
and how icy it is, and then if I feel like it's good, then I'm gonna go. But if it kind of feels too icy to just dash along, then I'll take my normal move speed, or I'll take the climber's kit thing that says that I can't fall if I only move 25 feet from the point where I started. So I'll take the diminished movement if it's really icy.
Yeah, you can tell that that it is kind of a windy, narrow path, and it's hard. You could easily slip and fall. And the only reason Bjorn got ahead and was able to dash was because he got very lucky, aka I forgot to have him make a save. So,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah.
So then I'll move the 25 feet of movement. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So,
Cool.
cool.
All right, Ufo.
I follow Doc,
Novo.
and I'll use some speech like, "Hey Bjorn, buddy,
Slow down.
might want to be a little bit more careful."
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20,
Oh.
25. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to move right behind them, and I'm actually going to give Bardic Inspiration to Doc.
All right. Doc feels that inspiration. How are you inspiring him? Are you just saying like, "You got this. Lead the way"?
Yeah, so yeah, I basically say, in the coldest of places, let this music warm you.
Aw, that's
Aw.
wonderful.
Oh,
Poetic.
that was so nice.
Last but not least, we have Nivara.
So I am going to also move at a normal speed and not run.
So as we're doing this, Spencer,
Yep.
can we just like tie the rope together and I'll act as the anchor and we move the 25
Sure.
feet safely?
Yeah, if you guys want to like tie rope and stuff together. Dan, is Bjorn gonna wait for everybody to kind of catch up, and then are you gonna join in on the rope tying thing? Yeah.
Sure.
Only if I get
I
to-
mean, if everybody else has the climber's kit, then it doesn't really matter.
What's
I
up,
do
Ash?
have a
Trying to make
climber's.
Sure. I'm just trying to make sure anybody that didn't buy the climber's kit isn't gonna die.
I do not have a climber's kit.
Okay. All right.
I also
well.
did not buy a climber's kit.
I did buy a climber's kit because Justin did, so it made me feel better. So- I guess I'll do what Justin's doing. But the other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to send one of my familiars ahead on the path.
Yeah.
And they have a
Ooh.
flying speed of 60 feet.
Yeah.
So
Let's get you a token for
I-
this familiar.
What's your familiar?
it's
Can you go
I
over
have
this?
2 fancy silks that can turn into doves.
Which are like doves, but a little different.
I'm never gonna hear the end of this.
Spencer said doves before, so
They dip, duck, dodge, and especially dove.
and dove.
Well, they're not really doves because doves would be the actual animal. These are doves.
Yeah, they're doves.
Oh my god,
Which is
guys.
the name for when a silk. Actually, it's for the name any bird shape that isn't
There you
obviously
go, Ash.
peacock or like bird of prey in nature. is a dove, as long as it's made out of a fine silk. Like
Cool.
a
Here's what-
farm animal.
Ignoring
Yeah.
all of the takes at me here, all the I am gonna say they didn't have anything written in this, but I think it makes sense for you guys who have climbing gear that if you did move forward or if you were to make a save against like slipping on the ice or anything, you have advantage. So there might be something that comes up in the future with icy floor, so just keep that in mind. You guys have climbing gear on, and you would have advantage against those rolls. So
Yeah, if you have a climber's kit, we can't fall 25 feet from where we are right now, so we're like already anchored.
So
So, like,
before
Ashley, you're anchored there, and I'm anchored here.
So to
where are you
finish
moving
out,
your bird? Yeah,
do you see where I'm pinging? I moved him down
I do.
on the
Yeah.
path. I went as the crow flies.
Yes,
Nice.
yes.
So I with like the find familiar spell, if we're going based off of that, I can tap into my familiar's sight and sound, and I can also telepathically communicate with it within 100 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you're gonna roll this item?
Yeah.
Then what does my bird see?
So it gets to as it approaches like this castle right here. If you turn your attention to the rightmost section of the map, you actually see this section kind of like over here. Same thing as before, which is here. I'll reveal just like a little bit of this, and I'll try to reveal a bit more. Sorry, I'm trying to navigate a few things here. All right, you see that. Just the edge of kind of like the keep and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, resting inside is whoop, come on. Sorry, roll 20, here we go. Is Cryovane asleep on top of the keep?
Oh boy.
Yep.
I'll relay to the party that we have eyes on Cryovane.
Dope.
Cool. Let's be real quiet about it.
Mm.
Yeah, careful steps.
My armor is not very quiet.
Or quiet as we can be.
Oh, that's, the wind's probably like whipping around pretty heavy.
So we get back to Bjorn. Bjorn, you're still waiting for everybody to catch up, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Doc Rivers?
Doc Rivers is going to go. Well, then I guess if I can't fall, then it doesn't really keep me from falling. But I'll try and go my full movement speed.
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I guess can I tie a new Python down to this new spot over here and then tie in Bjorn and wait for UFO to catch up?
Sure can. The wind's kind of blowing. It's not like a super strong wind, but like you're towards the top of a mountain. So like as strong as a normal wind would be up there. So it's kind of good that you're tying down pythons and like making sure you're secure. And UFO.
Yeah. I'll take up the python holding me down because I'm assuming Novo and Nivara are like kind of attached
Following
to
along.
Nivara's
Yeah.
climbing gear. Like Nivara has her gear, and then the rest of us are on docks, and I just kind of make my way up.
Cool.
If we just repeat this, I
Yep.
think we're in a good rhythm. I don't know if you want to like fast forward up the trail to when something happens.
Sure, we can
Spencer?
do.
Yes.
Because
All right.
I think we're in a good rhythm and we have a good plan going. And if
Cool.
if this is gonna get us to where something happens, it'll get us to where something happens.
Yeah, sure.
Well, even if where something happens is only up here, that's okay.
But like,
Uh,
if from here to here is uneventful, that's
okay. Well, Novo, you can go ahead and move yourself forward if you're going to do the same thing that we've been doing. Naivara, where are you commanding your bird to go next?
I would like my bird to kind of. I want to scope out the roof a little bit more. So, like, if I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So, this is like on the edge. So, I'm going to move my bird over to like the roofy roof
Yeah.
over here.
How close is it getting to Cryovane?
It's just going to stay on this perimeter here.
Okay. But it's
And I
like, it's
just-
not like up in the air. It's like pretty much at his level.
No, it's up in the air.
Okay.
where
Okay.
where is this in relation to Cryovane? Is this like a small wall? I thought so.
He's on top of the
Well,
key.
this is the roof of the fortress.
Oh, this is the
Yes.
roof of the fortress anyway. So
Yep.
this is only so much higher. Okay.
So since it swung around the other side of the keep and everything, you didn't really get a good sight of what appears to be the gatehouse. But yeah, you kind of like your bird kind of flies over here. Can it give me a stealth check?
Yes.
Because you said it can fly like 60 feet up in the air.
Yes.
Okay.
Stealth is dexterity. He has a. Oh, he's got a +3 to stealth.
Stuff may happen with the bird. That's why I was like kind of like keeping it you guys in order and everything. So
14.
okay, yeah. Cryovane still seems to be sleeping. But go ahead and move yourself up. I'm gonna switch Bjorn and Doc since you guys switch positions.
Okay.
So you, Doc, go ahead and move yourself forward along with everybody else. And since you guys are moving forward your normal movement, Ashley, can you move your familiar again and tell me where they're going?
I kind of wanted the familiar to kind of come over the gatehouse. See what we see.
Okay. So as it flies over the gatehouse, and if everybody else could move themselves forward up to Doc Rivers, that'd be great. As it comes up to the gatehouse, it knows that most of it's covered except for this kind of like open section right here. And as you kind of as it kind of comes forward, it notices a person on top of here. And after that familiar's turn, it's going to be Dr. Rivers again.
So Dot Rivers is gonna go his normal 30 speed movement, not dashing, because we're not. I'm gonna try and avoid the dex checks. I don't have disadvantage anymore, but I'm not exactly itching to take dexterity checks.
Yep.
So does Naivara, is
I'm not
she
nimble.
able to see what this sees? Her phantasm. Okay.
Yes,
So
I can
you're-
see what it
you're kind
sees,
of
and we
on-
can also communicate
Okay.
telepathically within 100 feet of each other.
Okay. So you know that we're coming up possibly on a vantage point that someone's overlooking below us.
And I will let you guys know that I saw this person.
Is there like a distance limit it has to stay within you?
I think it's 100 feet.
Cool.
Which
Okay.
it should be within that as the crow flies.
Yeah. So if everybody can move themselves behind Dr. Rivers right now, and Doc Rivers, I believe, is still just trudging along forward at his normal pace and everything. You guys are just continuing to move forward and everything, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I already have my
Okay.
next like square lined up where I need to be. So
Cool.
you just tell me when that needs to happen.
Yeah. So go ahead and move forward. And then Ashley, are you doing anything? Are you having your familiar flying closer to get to closer inspect the human, or what are you having them do?
Yeah, if my familiar could kind of circle above the gatehouse for the movement and maybe get within like Can my owl make a perception check?
Sure can.
And I kind of just want to see like does this person seem like they're guarding or does this person seem like they're sneaking around?
Tasted
It's
nice.
yeah. Go ahead and make. Was it the 14 you rolled?
No, that I have to roll.
Okay.
But I do get advantage on this.
Ooh.
Yeah, yo. Oh, wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Bardic inspiration from earlier.
Yeah.
Still good?
Still good.
Ah. Still good.
12.
Okay. You can't really tell. The only things you really notice is that it's a human woman. She has
Mhm.
black hair, blue eyes, and she seems to be not as heavily dressed as everybody else is. But the main thing you notice is as everybody moves up to where Doc Rivers is right now, she turns and makes her way 15, 20, 25, 30. Starts making her way down.
Yeah.
Was she armed?
Yes. And actually, that's all that we needed to do. So you guys can just go ahead and move yourselves forward all the way to right here.
Nice.
Hey, Doc, maybe I should go first.
Oh, hey. Whatever you do in the next minute, do it practically. And I tap you on the shoulder. And you feel the warmth of St. Cuthbert's doing stuff good flow through you.
Oh?
So like
Yeah.
when someone pees in a pool next to you.
Yeah, a little bit. No, so the next check you make, you add a d4. So I don't know if you're trying to like do stealthily through the door, you do stealthily
nice.
through the door better.
So, you reach what appears to be the gatehouse, a cold, desolate building that, even as you approach, seems to be motionless and silent. No flames or fires seem to be burning from within, at least not that you can see. This keep, like, obviously could have held, like, the gatehouse maybe at least, like, 15, 20 people, while the main, like, chamber at least, like, 50. But there seems to be no one here right now. And as you approach the door, you maybe hear like some movement on the other side, but like nobody's there to greet you, or you don't hear any like speaking on the other side, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Do we know much about the history of this fortress? Like who used to inhabit it? And...
You guys can make a history check.
Can I make a religion check?
Sure can.
Nobo, you're good at that. What
Yeah,
is
I'm
this
good at
place?
Let's see here. It's
So bad at rolling.
Oh,
I'm the poopiest. Ooh, Ufo, you're the best.
Nice. UFO, yeah. You can fill in the gaps about how you know about this place, but I'll just kind of inform you kind of like general information. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
But UFO, you definitely know of this place and like what happens here. But Icespire Hold is a stone fortress perched in the icy northeast spur of Icespire Peak. A warlord named Delsendra Amzar built the stronghold and dwelled there for many years, while she and her soldiers kept the orcs of Sword Mountains in check. When supply lines were cut off by heavy snow and blizzards during a brutal winter, Delsendra and her followers starved to death. And that's what you know about it. You're able to recall. You did also hear that maybe orcs took over the fortress later on, but like that was after they starved to death. So
Hmm.
How long ago was this? Do we know?
Yesterday.
years,
Oh.
like
Long
maybe
time.
half a century.
Okay.
It was originally ruled by
Kitty.
orcs, or that's who
No.
took it over?
No, the orcs took it over later.
What was the race that ruled or that had control over the fortress originally?
They were human.
Okay.
But yeah, so you guys are approach this door, and you hear mild scuffling on the other side, but no speaking.
I'm gonna
Huh.
try to just stealthily open the door, I guess.
Sure, give me a stealth check.
All right, what is my? Do I have to roll disadvantage? I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay,
That heavy armor you're wearing.
Bella. 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 Hi, I love you. Hi.
She's like, I don't
Nope.
care about your stream. I want attention.
All right. Well, that one sucks already.
Ooh.
Hi. Thank you for the kisses, sweetheart. Okay. So can I add my D4 that Justin gave me?
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, so-
Blessings.
Yeah.
Blessings.
So it's one of those things where you start opening the door, and normally you can hear it like start to creak, so you stop and then you like move it just ever so slightly so it doesn't creak anymore as you open it. And so you kind of like open it up, and inside you see. Whoops! That's doing the opposite of what I want it to do. Dang it! You see stables. You see 4 horses stabled in these stables just off to your left there. They're like tied there, so they're just like and they stamp their feet. That was probably the movement that you heard earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, interesting.
I wasn't expecting there to be horses here. Who else is here? Cryovane certainly doesn't have horses, does he?
Are you saying that out loud, or what's
you
going
just
on?
told us about a person who saw us.
Well,
Yeah.
So
you know what? Nivara redacts all of her statements.
we'll keep in turn order. Dan, you can move Bjorn forward if you like.
Okay. Am I using the same stealth check to walk forward, or do I have to
Yeah.
do it again? Okay.
No, you won't have to do it again.
All right. I want to go to like there. Hold on, there. I want to
Okay.
peek around the corner.
All right. Well, bunch of stuff is about to happen. So, let's everybody else. If you were going to move yourselves forward, go ahead and move yourselves forward behind Bjorn.
I did have one thing I was gonna do.
Yeah.
I was just gonna have my familiar kind of circle above Cryovane and like alert me if something happens and he moves.
Okay. Sounds great. You can do that.
And my bird's gonna be like 60 feet in the air.
Like
I
above
don't-
the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Bjorn,
We'll
you
make
start-
it 40 feet. We'll make
Okay.
it 40 feet.
Bjorn, you start to round this corner, and you hear Runa, or this woman right here, in this gruff voice, the one that Nivara saw earlier. She goes, "Did you shut the door?"
Guys, did you shut the door?
After Doc comes in.
Yeah, Doc doesn't know any of this is happening. Right before he goes in, he casts light on the head of his mace and then like kind of sticks the light around and then peeks around to see what's on this side of the door. And then heads in after he sees that everything's fine, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, the context clues are that everything's okay, so Doc's just going with the flow then.
As you
Oh,
guys,
we've arrived at a plot point. Let's see what's going on over here.
So as you guys kind of like wander in and shut the door, this woman goes, "What the hell are you guys doing here?" This guy next to her kind of like just eyes both of you down, like as you're like walking in.
We're here to kill Cryovane. So, yeah. Someone better at talking want to handle this.
No, you're doing great, buddy. Keep going. More words. Use more
Okay.
words.
No.
Who are you?
This isn't going in well.
Perfect. Good question.
A redheaded woman like steps forward from back here, and she goes, "My name's Silene. The woman next to me is Runa. This is Yarbarl, the orc biter. Don't ask him how he got that name.
I'm
And
assuming
Brackus
by
is back
biting
there.
orcs. It's not a complicated name.
Look, I'm not sure if you've heard of the Stone Cold Reavers, but that's who we are.
Nope, never heard
And
of
if
them.
you're
The Stone Cold Reaper.
Yeah,
Look.
well, I don't know if you've heard of the mighty wrestling troupe of Phandalin, but that's who we are. So, there's
She's-
that.
We all,
she
yeah,
stares at
we
you.
both have affiliations and such.
She stares at you and she goes, "Look, if you're after the dragon horde, it's ours. Get out of here.
No,
Go back the way you came."
I think we just want to kill the dragon.
Yeah, we're more in it for the glory and like for the safety of the town than the stuff.
Yeah, my parents are rich, so I don't really care about the loot. I just want to kill the dragon. And then I want to go back to drinking.
Runa
What if-
kind of
Well, I want some money, but you can have the rest of the money.
What if we
I'll be
decide
honest,
on
I
a
want
cut?
some of the money.
The loot's mostly yours, and we get to kill the dragon, and everybody goes home happy. I like
Re-
come up as I overhear.
Oh
this
yeah, you can just
conversation.
help kill the dragon. You don't even have to be in most of the danger. Or maybe
Runa-
you could be in most of the danger for most of the money, and we'll help you kill, and you can give us just a little bit of the money.
Runa goes,
That doesn't sound like a good deal. I guess I'll sign off on it too. Not that I was the decision maker here.
Mm.
Runa, the one who was keeping scouts, looks at you and goes, "Yeah, you think you can just wander in here, try to take what we found? I don't think so."
We've been kind of preparing for this moment for, I don't know, like 6 months or so. Like it's been a while. So like, yeah, you just get out of our way, I guess. Like help us or get out of our way. But we're gonna go kill the dragon.
Tell him, Bjorn.
When you tell them like get out of our way, they all kind of stiffen up. Like Yarbarl, the orc biter, kind of cracks his knuckles, and like Silene kind of like puts arms on both of her men and kind of like calms them down and goes, "Look, listen, you want to kill that thing? Fine. We're just waiting for it to fly out of here so we can take whatever kind of horde it has. Why don't you just go make camp down there? When it flies off, follow it and go kill it down there. We have this place."
No.
Or we could just kill it here and all work together. Think about it.
Or we
Accolades,
you,
the future riches that come with being heroes.
or we could you could
I don't
Like,
think they want
we're
to be
literally
heroes.
going to be distracting the dragon. I don't understand why you won't let us pass if we're literally going to be distracting the dragon.
What's here, by the way?
What's those are horses.
Oh, those are horses.
Yeah, they're horsies. They got 4 little horsies.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, those aren't canon like I hoped they were. But
Silene goes, "Look,
Yeah.
we're not going to let you pass. We know that it has treasure up there, and we're not sharing. So leave now, or we're gonna have to force you. And you see like Yarbal kind of like slide his sword out a little bit.
What?
What?
Okay, how about this? You let us go.
Can the people good at talking say something
Let me
to
try.
these
Let me try
people?
something. I have an idea. We go. You let us through, right? We fight the dragon. Two things could happen. Either, well, maybe three. Either the dragon is dead, and then you guys can go take the treasure. Either we die, and our treasure is added to the treasure that you can get for more treasure, or the dragon flies away and you can get the treasure. All scenarios, you guys get treasure. Why make this a big deal?
Runa kind of like spits down at the ground at you
Spits.
and says, "Did you not hear what our leader said? Get out of here. We're killing you."
The fight,
All
that's
right.
just gonna attract
I think we
dragons.
just leave SmackDown, guys.
Okay, fine then. I do the thing that I've been waiting to do.
And you
I
cast
feel like you've
Fireball?
been like
Yeah, and I
steaming up
cast
this
Fireball.
whole time, like about to erupt, and then you just. That's more a sorcerer, I guess, but yeah.
All right, everybody roll initiative.
God.
I was about to cast sleep on those fools.
Sleep's not
Oh,
gonna do
man.
much help, I'm assuming. These guys look
I
like
don't think
seasoned
so.
adventurers.
Yeah,
You might be able to
yeah,
knock
they
one
look
out.
rough and tough. let
Hey,
me
maybe
tell you
I could
that.
take one out
You
with
might be able to
sleep,
knock
and
one
then
out, but good roll. Damn it.
I just really like sleep, guys. Okay.
I got a 15. Oh, actually, I could enter it in, right?
We'll say whatever you get, UFO, you'll get your normal surprise round.
Oh, really? They're surprised by me being aggressive?
I thought you said you just casted Fireball.
I mean,
you weren't waiting
that's,
for them
that's
to
what
attack.
yeah, okay. If that gets me, I'm no complaints from me. I will say we can't see our doodads in the turn order.
Oh, you can't change it?
We can't see our.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
Oh, really? It's
Yeah.
not appearing? How is
It
that?
hasn't been. I refreshed, and I
What?
thought that was the issue, but
Did it pop up now?
No.
I see the
see
one
him.
dude, the bald dude, and that's
Yeah.
it.
What? Oh, weird. Okay, I'll add you guys back in. All right, UFO, are you in there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, what the heck? Okay, all right. If you guys could add in your turns, that would be fantastic.
If I get to do fireball right away, they need to make a
Yep, deck save.
deck save of 15. I think.
Wow.
Yeah. 8 plus 4 plus 3.
What do they have to beat?
A 15.
15. All but so it hits all of them, I imagine, right?
Yeah. I mean, I target it so that it hits all of them, but none of us. And like, even if it
Yeah.
hits one of us, I make them immune with shape
You're
spells.
so
That
two.
seems good.
So Silene and Brachus back here made their saves. Runa and Jarlbarl did not.
All right. They take 23 fire damage on a fail,
Ooh.
and then half that, or 11, or is it rounded down or up? Is it rounded down? or
Rounded
up?
down, I believe.
Rounded down. Okay.
So 11.
11. Yeah, 11 fire damage as just like a big
Fireball.
a big ball
explodes in their
of
face.
fire, just like
Yeah.
erupts from the center of the four of them.
Welcome back, Ash. Please roll initiative.
Attacking them.
No, they were threatening you guys with violence.
Okay.
We said everything we
We
could.
gave
Yeah,
them
we
so
tried.
many opt outs.
Yeah, they were not
do it.
listening.
It was
Uh-uh.
it was either walk away or fight, and
Yeah.
like, I'm not. We
And we can't walk
They
away.
woke up and chose violence.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like
That-
they were written to be just meanie faces.
Meanie
Mean Girls.
weenie faces.
Like that movie Mean Girls.
Oh.
Such a tight space. My word.
So anyway, Nivarl got 20. Fantastic. Okay, well, she's first up in turn order then.
Nice.
Cool.
So you just see UFO just like they're like brandishing their swords, and UFO's just like, "Oh, come on!" Just throws this fireball in there at them, and you're back in the back, hanging out with the horse.
Yeah, does Vicious Mockery require line of sight or just hearing?
I think it's hearing.
They
I
also have to
think
be
you're
smart
right.
enough to know they're being insulted. So probably a
TUV.
big if with these guys.
Subtle enchantments. If the target can hear you, though it need not
Boom.
understand you.
There
Perfect.
you go. Bounce around those hearing.
I'm
Those
gonna
sound
go for
waves.
the closest one to me.
Yeah, Runa. Yep.
Yep. So give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Oh, she
I like how
rolled
they don't have to understand you. All they have
9.
to do
She
is
rolled a
hear
9.
you.
She failed. All right.
What's the insult, Ashley? What's the diss? What's the
3
diss?
psychic damage, and
Nice.
I'm gonna be like, "Hey, meanie face! We tried to be nice to you, and you're just being mean. Stop being a meanie face." And that is that.
All
That
right.
is worth 3 psychic damage.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to remember. I'm trying to put
Devastating.
this symbol means she has disadvantage on her
Oh,
next
did you
attack.
roll? Did you roll 2d4?
Because you leveled up. Yeah,
You
you roll
leveled
another
up,
D4.
Oh!
Great job. Good reminder, Justin.
Yes, I am
6 psychic damage.
fastidious with the rules sometimes. But yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how did you get 2d4 on that?
Cantrips. So
Because-
when you're a level 5 full caster,
We're
your
level 5.
yeah. So your base damage for whatever your cantrip goes up by 1 damage die. This is the way
Oh.
that the game compensates for things like Dan with his martial class being able to attack twice using the attack action. So, and as you, I think fighters as they scale up, they keep getting like an extra attack action to their attacks.
I think fighters end with 4 attacks at
Mhm.
20th level.
That
So
sounds
it-
right.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so you just add to 1 of the damage die that you're for the spell you're casting. Then
Yeah, if you go read Vicious Mockery, Christian, it'll say like when you cast this, when you're 5th
At
level,
5th level.
you'll.
well, just okay, I gotcha. I was wondering, yeah, if that was just an overarching thing or
something
if
you
it
have
was
to
for
know.
that cantrip.
Oh, it's at the
Yeah,
bottom of each of the cantrips and their spell
Yeah, gotcha.
descriptions, I believe.
That makes that a lot better now.
Doc,
damage
does
portion.
a 17 hit you?
Now,
Nope. Okay. Does an
Nope.
18 hit you?
oh, that does that. Well,
Okay.
it's tied to hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
then that hits.
Runa dashes forward and like takes 2 long sword swipes at you, and the first one just clashes right off, but the second one hits you for 9 slashing damage as she just kind
Ooh.
of sinks in one right there.
That was she gets me pretty good.
And then she uses she has her short sword drawn. Wait, is that how it works? No. It can also make okay. Well, she uses her bonus action to draw out a short sword. Now Jarl, the orc biter, sees you, Bjorn, and with this like right around the corner, just like takes a few slashes at you. And he didn't roll very high. 70. Does a 12 hit you?
Nope.
That was the highest he rolled. So misses both attacks, but also goes to draw his short sword. Silene back here is gonna take a crossbow shot at you, Doc. And got a 9 to hit, so it kind of goes wide. But the other guy, Brackus, is gonna take a crossbow shot, and that's a 14. So I don't think that hits you either.
It does
Nope.
not.
All right, a lot of these shots go wild as like the chaos of the fight just like opens up and just starts like going forth. But Novo, it's your turn.
All right. Yeah, so let's see, do I want to cast that? I could. I could. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cast, let's see here, from this point here. Shatter.
Okay.
That'll be 10 feet
Uh,
without hopefully hitting
You
Bjorn.
might do something if you do that.
You might alert Cryovane. Shatter's pretty
Yeah,
loud.
you might wake up a dragon if you do that. It's metagaming.
Oh, it's not.
Really?
Yeah,
The
it makes
door's
a.
shut? Maybe.
Doesn't it make a deafening boom?
It is painfully intense, loud ringing noise.
Actually, no. Shatter doesn't say anything about the noise it makes.
A loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from point of your choice within a 10-foot
It's
radius.
thunder damage, so it makes a noise.
Well, but it's not
It's
like it's not like Thunderwave that explicitly says it makes a noise that can be heard like 300 feet away.
Right, but there's still like thunder wave, thunder clap, like booming blade. They all make noise.
Right, but those
Yeah, it
those spells
definitely
are
does.
explicit about how far away they can be heard.
Right.
Still might be loud enough.
Yeah, like I mean, spells only do what they say, and this spell doesn't say it can be heard 50 feet away.
Still, still
Doesn't say it won't be heard 50 feet away either.
Right, but
Yeah.
I'm saying if it did that, the spell would say that, like Thunderwave does.
in the
Mm.
description, it does say like it makes a loud sound. So
Okay, well,
well,
shit.
Right, but what I
Maybe
what,
you should
know
do
if I should
something
do
different.
that.
I mean, you do you, buddy.
I mean, like what I'm saying is Thunderwave explicitly
Yeah.
says a boom audible out to 300 feet. If it was a boom audible out to a distance, it would say so in the spell.
it says a sudden loud ringing noise, though.
Right, to the people in range of the spell,
Yeah, but
in the area
I mean, like
of the
the
spell
sounds
effect.
of fighting can
I
still
mean,
be heard.
if
depending
if
on
the
how loud it
DMs
gets.
If the
It's a
if the
DM ruling.
is ruling that it's
Alright.
gonna alert the dragon, then it's probably
I'm just gonna play it safe. I'm gonna instead cast Fairy Fire. I think originating on this point right here. It's a 20-foot cube that should cover all of our villains. I think. I wish I could better like measure things out here, but 20-foot cube. Yeah. All right.
in there. So it's like all of this. That's like all up in here.
Yeah.
This whole
That-
and some out into here and here. If you
Okay.
put it right here.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they will need to all make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save.
Okay.
Excuse me, guys.
+1. So one got a 10, one got a 20, one got a 3, and the other got an 18.
All right, so the spell save is 12, so I guess half of them will be affected by Fairy Fire and will have disadvantage on attack rolls
All right.
against them
Fairy Fire.
That's
if the attacker
awesome.
can see it.
No, good job. Yeah, Christian.
They can't benefit from being invisible. I guess
super
that's
good spell. Mm-hmm.
Boom. There we go.
All right. And then it looks like I'm going to just move back one space and I'll be good. Because Doc still has that Bardic Inspiration we rolled.
Yep.
Okay.
I still do.
All right, I'm good.
Okay. Bjorn! You see Runa charge forward, and then Orcbiter kind of like Runa starts attacking Doc Rivers, and then Orcbiter like starts to attack you. What do you do?
Yeah, so this one right here, I'm gonna hit him with my Warhammer.
Boom! Fling that hammer down.
And I think it is now. Yeah, it's +6 to hit now. You ain't getting away from me today.
16 to hit. That does not hit.
You have advantage.
Oh, dang.
Oh, I do. Right.
Why does he have advantage?
Because fairy,
Fairy
fire,
fire.
and your advantage.
Oh.
Does that also, hey,
Oh,
Christian, does that do
alright.
anything for saves, or is it just like physical attacks?
Just attack rolls. But it also keeps them from going invisible in case that's relevant. But
That was my first attack, so I'm gonna attack again.
Attack
Second
again!
attack.
Yeah!
That doesn't hit either. Oh my god.
no,
Oh my god. No, oh my god.
Bjorn is going
I'm not
ham.
using my Warhammer yet. I've been using my Great Axe this whole time.
he's got to warm up.
Has a different weight, a heft to it, so it's not
I
really.
Not
should
as
have
much
practiced
half.
with this thing before I bought it.
Oh man. Okay. And then I think up next is UFO.
I'm just gonna do a fire bolt at
Ooh.
this
This
woman.
smaller version of the fireball. Boom boom.
Yeah.
Oh, but you get advantage on that attack, though.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I'm just double checking my bonus. And then that's attempt 1. Attempt 2 is higher. Does a 24 hit?
24 hits.
11 fire damage.
Ooh, all right. The
Yin and
fire
yang on those rolls.
sinks in and she takes that damage. She is now bloodied.
Sweet.
All right. Now we're down to Doc. Doc Rivers.
Sweet. Dex save from that. What's her name
Runa
front of
in
me?
the front there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna memorize her name.
I think she failed.
She's not gonna
5.
be around long enough to remember.
Yep. She got a 5.
Oh, she failed.
They've been
so
rolling
that will
terrible.
be 2d8 of radiant damage.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. So
Nice.
12
That's some
radiant
tasty damage. She's critical. Runa's not
Alright.
looking good. She is
Sweet.
not looking good.
So, and as soon as that happens, there's like a cudgel, a spiritual cudgel that appears behind her.
Mm-hmm.
And as a bonus action, I will be casting spiritual weapon
Ooh.
and slapping her.
Boom. The cudgel of justice rains down upon
the
you.
cudgel of justice, and then just for
Oh.
fun, because I want to see if I crit. Because I have advantage, right?
Yeah, that fairy fire is doing some good work right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh wait, no.
Christian.
That's 20 plus 8.
I think I just that's just 20 plus 8. That's not a roll. I rolled 20.
I learned 28.
What is going on here? Why is it no?
No, you did it
We'll
again.
get there. We'll get there.
It's okay. I had issues earlier too.
All right. Well,
That's
does
18.
23 hits?
All right, sweet. And then so that will be a D8. Plus
Ooh.
plus my failures.
How does it gain any other bonuses, or is it just the 1 damage?
Oh well, yeah. So plus 5, so 6 total.
Plus
Because it gets
5.
my spellcasting mod.
Whoa! Oh my gosh. So
Dang.
6 damage.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm not
Is it
BSing
just-
you right now. She had
Again?
6 health left. How are you doing this every single time?
I don't
Doc
know.
Rivers, you are so,
So,
surgical
like-
about this.
She gets like woof with the fire, and then at the top of the flame, as it like pops up from underneath, there's a cudgel, and it just
Yep.
falls. Like a weighted. Looks like an Iroquois war club,
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
and they just like bam. Comes
Are you
down on
gonna
her.
move forward or are you staying there?
Yes, I am moving forward, just defiantly upon her corpse.
Perfect.
I
Okay.
step on it.
We're back to Nivara.
Yeah, we are
That
back
is,
to
unless Bjorn
Nivara.
wants to make an attack, and then which of course I will like give him way.
Bjorn can hit that guy from diagonally, I would argue.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Is this the orc biter guy?
Yes.
You know what I'm doing? Casting vicious mockery.
Hit
Give me a
him.
wisdom saving throw.
He got a 4.
He failed.
Nice.
These
Buddy,
guys.
you ever been to a
Yeah.
dentist?
Damn.
Your breath stank.
Smell like orc in here.
That's a sense.
Well, for 3 psychic damage and disadvantage on his next attack.
All right. And speaking of his next attack, so he has his long sword and he pulled out his short sword, so he's gonna make 3 attacks. And the first one is gonna be a disadvantage towards Doc. And he got a nat 1.
Orc biter's not doing so hot tonight.
I like to think he like swung down at Doc because he rolled a disadvantage, so it was a 10 and a 1. So he like swung down and Doc like maybe you blocked it with your shield or your spiritual weapon like knocked it out, and he drops his longsword, so he can't even make his second attack with his longsword. He's gonna use his bonus action to make his attack, his normal attack, with his short sword. And he probably does not hit because that is a 11 to hit.
Nice.
You, Doc Rivers, does an 11 hit you? I don't think so.
I think he has like a 20 AC.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No. It's only 18.
So
It's only 18.
So-
Only 18.
these
Buddy.
guys tried to be super intimidating and everything. Then Runa just drops. Orcbiter loses his sword. However, Silene and Brachus are gonna take their crossbow shots at you, Doc, in the background. I think one missed. The lowest was 11, and the highest was a 22. So 22
The
hits.
22 hits.
Yeah.
And Doc goes, I got him.
And that does 7 piercing damage.
Ouch.
And that's their turn, though. So, Novo.
Right. All right, so I'm going to cast what is this icon over this guy, the first guy?
He dropped his sword, so he's missing a sword.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I'm going to actually cast vicious mockery on the the orc that dropped his sword.
The human.
Really. Oh, the human.
He's orc biter, but he is a human.
Oh, sorry.
He just bites orcs.
Yeah.
You're irrelevant, Butterfingers.
Nice.
Oh, it's great.
Got him.
By the way, we're
Got
getting
him.
close to our sign off date, or sign off time. So if you have any questions about this session or any questions about D&D in general, put them in the chat right now. But let's continue on with Christian's turn. What'd you do?
So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, right.
Orc biter.
17. Does he pass?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, he shucks it off. He's too busy trying to get his sword off the ground. He doesn't even hear you.
Fair enough. That's my turn.
Bjorn, you can still hit Orcbiter from that corner if you want. But what are
Yeah.
you doing?
I'm gonna hit him,
Boom!
and I say I'm gonna hit you this time.
I'm gonna hit you.
I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen. He does not get advantage, right?
No, he doesn't have fairy fire on him.
Just 15 hit.
Does not. Their AC is pretty good.
Yeah, they're well armored.
Their rolls have been crap, but their AC is good.
All right, well, I end my turn.
I'm sorry, Bjorn. All
I
the luck.
angrily end my turn.
You did so well against the orcs in Butterskull Ranch that I guess it's just coming right back now. But UFO, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna step over here behind Doc and throw a firebolt at the guy who dropped his sword.
Do it.
Does a
Pew.
22 hit
Sure does.
for 6 fire damage.
Boom. He is now bloody.
And I just want to make a 6 seconds of speech. Quick offer. There's probably time for you to save your friend and get out of here if you just leave. And then I end my turn.
We'll see their reaction on their turn. Doc Rivers.
All right. So Doc Rivers is going to make his spiritual weapon go as his bonus action. Is going to spiritual weapon that guy that he's going to have advantage against.
All right.
So, spiritual weapon attack 1, and then with advantage. 17 hit.
17 does hit. And you're hitting Silene in the back there, right?
Whoever's is Silene still up?
Yeah, she's the one fairy fire, so that's why I thought you had
dare
advantage
she?
with.
How dare you live? No, yeah, I'm gonna hit her.
Okay.
There you go, infidel.
Oh my. Dang.
Oh yeah, and I smack her with 13 force damage.
Jeez. That's some mean damage. All right.
Wait, I get my regular action. Is
All
she
right.
still standing?
Yeah. She's still doing
No.
fine. That was like the
No.
first time
Dex
she got
save.
hit other than
Dex
the
save.
fireball. Dex save?
Dex-
Okay.
Yeah, well, wait, who's in front of me? Who's this?
Orcbiter
Yeah.
dropped
is that-
his sword.
Oh, he dropped his sword?
Yeah.
Well, he's still holding a sword. He dropped one of his
He has
two
a short
swords.
sword.
One of his
yeah,
sword,
he dropped
yeah.
his long sword. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't make
so
as many attacks. I
you
assume.
said Dex save?
Dex save from this woman.
19.
Ooh.
Well, all right, but fine.
Is there anything else Doc Rivers can do?
No.
All right. Well, he's been bringing down the pain, so don't feel too bad. Nivara.
So this guy doesn't have his sword, right?
Correct. Well, he has one sword. He had
But
two.
that's why
he
he-
dropped one. Yeah.
Okay. And this one over here's dead, right?
Yeah.
Or knocked out.
Yeah. She's kind of think she's dead.
Is this Orcbiter?
Orcbiter's the one who dropped his sword.
Okay, no, that's what I thought. Gonna cast Vicious Mockery on him again.
Boom! All right. He makes
Give me
his
a wisdom
save.
saving.
He got a 15.
He passed.
Oh.
Gonna be. I imagine Nivara's like, yeah, now grab a toothbrush too, and he's like, you already made that joke once.
Yeah.
You made that joke once.
Oh. Okay. And it is their turns. So, Orcbiter's just going to spend his turn picking up his longsword so he can have all 3 of those attacks next turn. So he doesn't do any attacks. But the 2 in the back are going to do their crossbow shots at Doc Rivers once again.
Whatever.
19 to hit.
Damn it.
And the other one is a 10, so I don't think that hits.
No, that second one misses. What's the damage on the 19?
Oh, max damage. That is 11 piercing damage.
Ooh. So, like, that one actually kind of brings Doc down to 1 knee.
Oh. So with that, it's back to Novo.
There's like a lot of blood now.
Oh, sorry. Before Novo's turn, like Ufo, you had yelled out to them like, "There's still time to save your friend and get out of here." And like Orcbiter is just like growls at you, and just he continues to just kind of like be like aggressive and everything. But you see like Silene and Brackus in the back here. They both like look at each other and they look back at you. So
I shrug.
Novo.
Yeah, so I'm going to man, yeah, that didn't work. I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on Orcbiter.
All right.
Once more.
Once more. He got a 6.
Hell yeah. It's like, bet you can't do anything with that sword you just took forever to pick up. All right.
Oh, man.
And then that is 2d4 psychic damage, right?
2d4.
Yep.
2d4 psychic damage. It's a good spell.
We're almost there, but we're also almost out of time. Ooh, 7 damage though.
Oh, that's a good one.
Dang, that's almost max.
Yeah.
He's not critical, but
Can I
he's
hit
almost
them
there.
real quick? I really want to hit him.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to cast a Healing Word on Doc.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
So go ahead and roll that healing damage. And while you're doing that, Bjorn, would you like to go ahead and make your attacks?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him. It doesn't hit him.
Yeah.
So is Christian allowed to do that because Vicious Mockery is a cantrip?
Yes, correct.
Okay, cool.
Doc heals for 7.
Nice. Bjorn, you are just, maybe it's like the cold or something like that, but like this just isn't your day today. You critically fail, like it like bounces off and you feel like vibrations in your hands. You know that like feeling if you like hit something with like a bat and it vibrates and like it goes through your hands? That's kind of what happens to you. But Ufo,
Does an 11 hit the guy?
it does
front?
not.
All right. I mean, I re-extend my offer. Is like, seriously, we'll let you through if you just lay down arms and leave.
In Dr. Rivers?
Doc Rivers looks back at Ufo and says, "Have no mercy on the heretics."
Okay.
Then he calls down a holy fire on actually, so who's looking the most messed up right now?
Definitely Orcbiter in the front there.
Orcbiter in the front. Yeah, he calls down a holy fire on Orcbiter in the front here and needs a dex save from him.
8.
He fails.
What happens? The suspense.
Holy fire rains
Ooh.
upon him.
Nice.
He's looking critical. He is badly hurt.
Sweet. And then with my bonus action, I'm then going to smack what's her face in the back because I have advantage on her.
Whoa. You're not gonna just lay on the pain onto Orcbiter still?
Nope.
Okay.
And 23 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Nine force damage.
Poof. All right. Okay. Nivara.
Doc feeling now? Is that a thing I'm allowed to ask? Is that kosher?
Yeah. He's way better than he was, but there's still kind of a lot of blood. But
All right. Nivara's going to use her movement to come up here, and then she's going to cast Cure Wounds.
Aw.
So that'll be a D8 plus my modifier.
And is that the main thing you're going to do on your turn?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So you can move on from me. I'm gonna move again, but yeah.
So we're saying bloodied is enough. I'm like bloodied.
You get 7 more health back.
Okay, so that
Nice.
yeah, he's looking fine now. He's fine-ish. There's a little blood.
So you heal up Doc, and here's what happens. So like Orcbiter here like goes to like raise up his sword to like come down on Doc once again, and then you just see Silene and Brackus in the back here. They both turn to each other, and both of them just stick their sword into Orcbiter at the same time,
Oh!
and he falls down dead.
Nice.
Silene and Brackus then like throw their swords on the ground, and they go, "Look, all right, we'll leave. Just let us leave."
No, you're gonna help us fight Cryovane.
That wasn't part of the deal.
Just let them leave, Doc.
Let them leave.
We got the gnomes on the way, Doc.
Maybe.
Shh. I'll let this heresy slide.
And they
This
walk.
heresy.
They maybe go and grab some stuff, and then they get on their horses and they take off.
Oh, those were their horses?
So are they taking all 4 horses, or are they leaving
No,
behind?
they're only
any?
taking. I mean, they might actually take all 4 horses. I think that's their plan, but
We'll let you go if you throw in 1 horse.
fine. Highway robbery.
So, okay, all right, okay, just
The
guy.
spiritual weapon flashes behind Doc Rivers as he hears this.
Would like to claim this one as pancake.
You claim that one as pancake. You sure do. But yeah, and that is the end of the encounter, and I think the end of our session today. So, yeah, that is the beginning of Icespire Hold. We'll have to see how the party faces Cryovane and everything next week. But in the meantime, Ashley, would you mind doing our attributions for the session?
Absolutely. Today we were using the Dungeons and Dragons Essentials Kit for our adventure. We are using Roll20 as our online platform. Colorful characters from DriveThruRPG, Chokin Treasury Monsters, and the Pathfinder 2nd Edition character art pack free through Roll20 for our non-player character tokens. Hero Forge is where we designed all of our player characters. It's a really great resource. We're able to make them do fun little poses for our little highlight videos. You should check those out if you get the chance. We touched on at the beginning, the puzzle that our lovely GM threw in at the beginning was from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please support your local game stores if you're able to. They are a lovely resource to find cool games, find games to play with other people. A lot of them will have meetups and clubs and groups and things through there. So they're a really great resource if you're looking for a group to play with too. Otherwise, things are pretty accessible and you should be able to get them online at most retailers as well. But if you can, support local.
Support local. All right, yeah. So that has been session 10 of the ABC's RPGs tackling the Essentials Kit, the Dragon of Icespire Peak. Now, to be honest, it looks like next week's going to be our finale because we are going to fight Cryovane, and then kind of maybe you guys are going to go back to town and everything. I guess like next
With
week
Pancake.
with Pancake, of course, the new horse you just
It'd be a
acquired.
miracle if that horse makes it down the mountain.
Oh my god! All right. Well, anyways,
It made it up the mountain.
so
Hey.
Thank you for tuning in today. Tune in next week, our same normal time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday for our grand finale. We might have some surprises for you and some fun stuff in store. So we look forward to seeing you all then. Until next week, keep on learning. Bye, guys.
Bye.